Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is a watch-along for Manchester United versus Rosenborg in pre-season. Joining me are two absolute titans of the Manchester United fan base. We've got Academy Scoop himself, Mr. Finn, with us. How are we?
I'm very well, thank you. I feel like today's a big day for us.
I think today might be, right, a seminal moment, right, in Manchester United's history.
We've been speaking about one man more than another. Any other.
We basically turned Academy Review into the JJ Gabriel podcast because that's kind of what the Academy Review has become, just naturally over the last sort of 12 months. And JJ Gabriel is in the squad for today, so we'll be getting into that. Also joining me is Mr. Ronaldo Brown from the Ronaldo Brown channel. How we doing?
Is that how I'm getting introduced now?
Right, look, you think I'm telling you, I love your channel. I promote your channel constantly. It's a very, very good channel, and I watch it. It's one of those rare things on YouTube that isn't Paddock that I actually watch.
My base is here.
Thank you.
This is my home.
That, my brother.
This is my home.
This is, you know what I mean? This is where it started.
That's a side gig.
Okay, well, it's a very good sidekick gig even. Let's get into it. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know what you think. In fact, you know what? First things first. Let's go into the team news because, as we know, well, there you go. We've got it for you there. This is all going to change at half-time, but for the starting 11, you've got Paddock in goal. Left back is Luke Shaw. Your centre-back pairing of Aidan Heaven and Harry Maguire. Lenny Yoro fills in at right back again. We think that's what it's going to be. Well, obviously, it might not be, but it looks likely. You've got Mason Mount and Andre Santos in midfield with Shea Lacey in front of them. Then you've got Patrick Dorgu, or Ballon Dorgu as he's known, on the left. Brian Mbumo on the right, and Joshua Zirkzee up top. Then on the bench, you've also got Vitek, who's on the bench and starting, which is quite... Right, sorry. The bench is updated. So that's last week's bench. We're just keeping you on your toes. On the bench, let me see if I can find the actual squad list here. So on the bench, you've got Tom Heaton. I don't know why I just clicked on that and made my life a lot harder. You've got me, Amas, Armour, Camerson, Collier, Devaney, Jack Fletcher and Tyler Fletcher, Dan Gore, you've got Jim Thwaites, you've got some kid called JJ Gabriel, I don't know who he is, and he'll never amount to anything. You've got Chido Obe and you've got Williams as well. So there's a good mix of first team players or squad players and the kids, but most of the kids are on the bench, aren't they? That's kind of what he's done here, Michael Carrick. He's put all the youngsters, like he did for the game the other day. He's put the kids on the bench, and he's sort of the starting 11, other than, is it Shea Lacey? I think are all pretty much there or thereabouts. Yeah. Look, this is, you know, there's lots to talk about, but the main thing here that everyone's talking about on socials and the sort of the big news, if you will, is the fact that we might see a debut for JJ Gabriel. Finn, you've spoken about him a lot. We both have on Academy Review. How excited are you about today? Do you think we will actually see him on the pitch today? That's probably a better question.
I think so. I think that's kind of the plan. There's a chance, I'd say, that maybe we see our first half team and then a second half team, and then maybe he'll be one of two subs that comes on with 15 minutes to go, or he might just come on at half time. I'm really not sure, but I think it is quite likely we see him on at some point. He's in the squad for a reason. We were speaking every single week last season about the ridiculous things he was doing in the under-18s, not just ridiculous considering his age, just kind of insane things in general, scoring basically a goal a game, the nature of his goals, unbelievable solo efforts, small space ball manipulation in the box where he's just doing things that other players couldn't dream of, really. He's a massive talent, and there's a reason that he's getting kind of pushed so far for his age. You've got to remember, he's still small, he's still got tons of developing to do. He's very young, and he's not, he's probably not ready right now to be playing game after game for Manchester United's first team. But I think what this is a show of faith, a show of pathway, and also a bit of a test to see, how far off is he? Because I think no one's under the illusion that he's ready right now, but I think it will be useful as a bit of an indicator, especially among some more experienced players and against senior opposition. So I'm so excited. This has been a long time coming. It's not just this summer that the club have started to promise him a first team pathway. They've been making efforts to show him a pathway for years now, because he's always been thought of as one of the best talents in his age group, full stop. So yeah, really, really exciting. Also really excited to see Lacey. How much I like him, and we've spoken a lot about him. It's good that he's been given the nod there to be part of this kind of first half team, even though maybe you could argue there's not any other options in terms of senior number 10, but it's good to see him part of this first half team.
Yeah, Ronnie, do you agree with all that? What do you make of it?
I do. I'm extremely excited to see JJ Gabriel. This is what pre-season games are about. I think the most excitement I do get out of pre-season matches is to see potential academy lads, Carrington, but obviously new signings. I didn't actually get to watch the first pre-season game. Turns out I didn't really miss much. And I'm also excited to see how Andre Santos looks, because obviously I heard that he did relatively well and people were quite positive about his performance, but it's going to be interesting for me to see for myself. But as it pertains to the likes of Lacey and obviously JJ Gabriel's obviously one that has a lot of excitement, similar to how Lacey did before. He was kind of held back by some of the injury issues that he did have. But it'd be interesting to see if JJ Gabriel does get any minutes and how he looks in men's football, because as you said, extremely talented, but in terms of his actual physical stature, he's still growing into himself. He's only 15 still, honestly, like a baby.
Yeah.
So, but I actually think from what I've seen of JJ Gabriel anyways, his skill, his talent and his trickery, and I think he doesn't necessarily need to become some sort of like physical monster or specimen. I think he's got enough technical quality to bypass it anyway. There might actually become a situation where, because he's so low to the ground, low centre of gravity, and how quick his feet are and how quickly he can get separation. I remember watching him against City's 18s, and that's one of the things that stood out for me in the Youth Cup final. I think that could actually help him against some of the bigger lads when he goes to the next level. But for me, I'm just interested to watch United play football again. World Cup's gone. You're hearing non-stop nonsense about transfers. Part of our job. but honestly, I'm just excited to see a game of football with United in it, and hopefully we actually have a good performance.
Yeah, I agree with all that, to be honest with you. There's a lot of hype and expectation on this young lad as well, and he's like you said, Ronnie, he's a kid. He's 15. This is like the youngest I think we've ever spoken about a player. Like in the way we're speaking about him in terms of the first team and so the rest of it. We've spoken about youngsters before, but I can't recall a time, whether that's just as a fan in general or since we've been doing content, going back to the full-time Devil days, where we're looking at a 15-year-old and talking about first team appearances or making an impact on the first team. Obviously, there's been youngsters where we've monitored him and looked at him and go, he could do well when he gets older, but there's so much expectation. And I think we've seen it with other youngsters at Arsenal, for example. They've had a couple of... How old was Ethan and where?
Ranieri was 15 and 6 months or something like that.
Was that what it was?
He was the youngest Premier League debutant until Max Dowman.
Max Dowman, both at Arsenal, obviously. Max Dowman was a funny one, wasn't it? Because I remember you were waxing lyrical about him after the FA Youth Cup game, where it was basically United versus Max Dowman. Yeah.
With him being similar to the way JJ Gabriel... Yeah.
It was like, to be honest. Yeah. And Arsenal were quite clever, I think, in the way they handled him, weren't they? Because they brought him in, made him feel wanted and welcomed and loved there, to the point where he... I think he committed, didn't he? As he signed a deal there. Yeah. And also did play a part in the first team. I think you look at the games against Everton last season at the Emirates, where I think it was Everton. He
scored that goal, didn't he?
On the counter-attack where Jordan Pickford had gone up.
Could well argue that was a part of them winning the title.
No, I think
definitely a contribution.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, it couldn't have gone much better for him, but not to the point where they were throwing him in constantly and like go and win us the Champions League final or whatever. It was like...
And he had a bit of an injury as well.
Yeah,
so,
they handled him, I thought, in the right way. And obviously, he's someone that's unfortunately going to do very, very well from over the years.
Because it seemed obviously Max Dowman got a lot of hype. JJ Gabriel had a lot of comparison. Is Max Dowman slightly older?
Dowman's about a year older, and they've been doing things at a similar pace. Dowman actually made his debut even earlier than JJ Gabriel for the under-18s, but he didn't reach the level of output that JJ Gabriel did. So I think they're slightly different types of players. Dowman also is outstanding physically and athletically.
That kind of helped him.
He's got that almost De Bruyne kind of like pace and running power through the middle. So they're different players, but certainly almost kind of stand alone in terms of the caliber of talent that you're looking at.
He's right in that kind of that. JJ Gabriel's right in that top three of like prospects in it, because you mentioned Dowman, and then you mentioned to me before the MK Dons performance of that. Is it, what's his name? LWB. What's his actual name?
Luca Williams-Barnett. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
also Jeremy Monger as well is one of the top ones. But all
of a sudden he's gone mainstream now, innit? After
that surprised me, because he's been doing unbelievable things for Spurs for like 2 or 3 years. So
I had no idea who he was until you mentioned it the other day. But I think, you know what, talking about academy players, I actually think because of United's lack of not quite sure what we can do in terms of the transfer window and what we might need, similar to when we had the likes of Garnacho breakthrough and Kobe Mainoo breakthrough. It's not always expected, but I think United probably going to find themselves in the next season or two that we're going to need saving probably in terms of potential recruitment and obviously outlay in terms of what we spend on transfers by a Carrington graduate. It would be nice if we do have an academy star kind of breakthrough within the next 18 months or so to kind of aid the first team. I think that would be quite helpful.
Yeah, I think a good aim is to have, like in an ideal world, the sign of your academy performing well is having like one prospect become somewhat established in the squad each season. I think that's quite a good rate. So yeah, you'd hope that at some point in the season someone kind of really finds their footing in the squad, but it's always hard to predict. Take a little picture.
We're just posing for pictures.
Yeah.
It's just what we do during the watch-along. Just have a
watch-along photo shoot.
A little pose.
Freeze. I actually expect, like half-time you make a bunch of subs and you completely change the team.
Yeah.
It's not always like that, innit? Sometimes it might be 60 minutes that they do
Especially
it.
the further you get into your pre-season.
Yeah, the further you get, it becomes less so. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's some first teamers that still return for the first 15 minutes of the second half, and then changes are made. For example, what you said, Finn, you'd expect the likes of JJ Gabriel and stuff that haven't really appeared yet, where they won't get a whole 45 more than likely. It'll be more that they'll make about 6 or 7 changes, and then when it gets to the 65, 70th minute mark, then the likes of him might get a go.
Yeah, possibly.
Look, I just feel that going into this season, the optimism, and it's real optimism, because I'm deluded anyway, right? And I tried to convince myself last summer that things were going to be all right. But you can't ignore the fact we'd lost the Europa League final. There was a bit of an air of what the hell is going on. The thing that got me excited was the signings we made. Me and you spoke a lot, didn't we, about Brian and Boomel. We've spoken about him for about 2 years. Loved him. Cunha was a player that I'd seen destroy United, basically almost made Lisandro Martinez look like he needed to retire, really. Like, I was very excited about those signings and throwing Benjamin Sesko, but there was always that worry. We just finished 15th. We just lost the Europa League final to Spurs. There's a little bit of a worry. Is this manager the guy? You go fast forward now. We've had Michael Carrick, who we all love for various reasons, come in. Very, very strong end to the season. Youngsters who we can genuinely get excited about, who are not that far off, making an impact on the first team. And I would say that this summer hasn't been as exciting in terms of transfers, I think it's safe to say, but some good signings. Finn, I think you've been particularly impressed. Well, we'll get to Tielemans in a minute, but the Andre Santos deal was one that caught a lot of people by surprise, but I think the more you've spoken about it, the more you've sort of looked at it, it makes a lot of sense, and it's a player that could do a job for United. Yeah,
I thought, obviously it is a signing that divided opinion, mostly because I think a lot of people just haven't watched too much of him. It's been difficult with him not getting a ton of game time at Chelsea, but I do still believe it's a good market opportunity, a good price when you look at the rest of the market, and actually what he's done, because he's had a season where he's one of the best midfielders in the French league. That kind of season alone can create a transfer of upwards of 60-70 million in this market, so I think it's a good signing. I like what we saw of him against who was our first pre-season game? Wrexham, of course. Sorry.
Do you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I did that earlier.
Yeah.
When I went to that game earlier, the first game of the pre-season.
It might have been the most forgettable football match of Manchester United ever watched, but.
It's up there, isn't it?
It's up there. But I did think he looked positive. He was. What I really liked about him was that his intent was always to release the ball positively within 1 or 2 touches. He never took more than 3 or 4 touches on the ball. He was always looking to play forward. He releases it quickly, and it's usually the right pass, it feels like. And he's that type of player where, obviously, us watching the games, we've got a complete view of the pitch. And we've always got like a preferred action that we want each player to do, a preferred pass, or we'd rather they hold on to the ball, and sometimes they don't. He's the type of player where you watch him and he kind of does all of the decisions that you want him to in terms of what appears to be the best option, and sometimes has that disguise to do the unexpected. But yeah, I really like his intent on the ball, and I think hopefully he can build on it.
Yeah, no, I've been impressed with the reaction I've seen from Chelsea fans. Impressed with the meltdown they've had. Yeah. What you've been saying about him, what I've seen of him so far, not in a United shirt, barely saw anything, but I've going and looking at obviously different games and stuff. Ronnie, the other signing, the other one is Yuri Tielemans. Who me and you have loved Yuri Tielemans for a little while now. I think you were one of the first people to message me when it happened. How impressed are you with that signing?
I'm a huge fan of Tielemans. So this is honestly no exaggeration, no hyperbole. This Tielemans signing was one of, and he's not kicked a ball yet, but it's one of my favourite signings for Manchester United in years.
Yeah.
In terms of the calibre of player, but the style of player that he is. In terms of, I'm not going to come in here and call myself a football purist, but I do appreciate technical footballers like Tielemans and the way he plays the game. And this is a guy that's been one of the better midfielders in the league for years now, in an area that we desperately needed to revamp. And there are so many pros to the Tielemans signing, and I'm actually excited to see how he looks in pre-season. And he's almost grown in stature and confidence as well. I think that's what some people around Villa have said, that Tielemans has kind of grown into himself and become a lot more confident and assured of like his stature as a footballer in the Premier League. And I think he's probably gone to Manchester United at 29 years old, at probably the right time.
Yeah.
He's never been someone that's relied on pace and power and physicality anyway. He's a very intelligent footballer. He does have quite a bit of mileage. He's been playing professional football since 16, 17?
Yeah.
Very young.
Very young.
Yeah.
Very, very young. Was obviously a hot prospect. But in terms of technical security, being one of the best passers of football in Europe, the way that he might take a bit of creative burden off Bruno Fernandes as well, it's a massive plus. And his leadership qualities, he's actually very underrated defensively, and he has been a quality player. He's not like he's been a quality player for someone that's been lingering in the bottom half of the table or like a mid-table side.
No,
he's been one of the better players, or arguably the best player for a side that have been regularly qualifying for the Champions League in the past couple of seasons.
I've seen Villa fans say they're more upset about Tielemans leaving than Rodgers, who's just gone for 117 million.
Yeah.
So I think that says something about
how
good he is.
He's sort of ties in what you say, Ronnie. I've watched him for Belgium. So I watched all the Belgian World Cup games, and this is a Belgian fan, and that's the thing about that leadership and that stature and the confidence he's got. He shows that for the national team as well as for Villa. Whenever I've watched Villa, the reason that I sort of joined you in waxing lyrical about you and Tielemans, we used to talk about him all the time, is every time I watch Villa, and I don't watch Villa all the time, I'm not going to pretend I do, but if it's, they're on a Sunday or whatever and you'll watch him, he always plays well. Yeah. He's a player that every time I've watched him, I literally can't remember him having a bad game when I've seen him. And he's always someone that sort of stands out and you go, Tielemans is a mint player, Like you say, Ronnie, just on the ball, just that technical ability, just second to none. He's a real, sort of almost underrated, because when you talk about the sort of the best players in the Premier League, he's never really in that conversation, yet he's one of the best players in one of the best teams. Where did Villa finish last season? Fifth, in the top five. Yeah. So they're up there, and he's arguably their best player, yet we never really hear as much about him. You'll hear more about Cole Palmer or whoever, or Morgan Rogers even. Yet someone like Tielemans, who just goes about his business every week helping Villa win matches. Now I know there's some concerns there. Ronnie, you mentioned about the amount of mileage he's got, and the fact that last season was the first season he really had any sort of injury issues. I look at in his appearances, and he's consistently putting in a lot of appearances every season, except last season, where I think he missed about half the season with injury. So there's a slight concern there, I get it. Others may look at it and go, you give a 29-year-old a 5-year deal, is that excessive? However, I think we're seeing more and more in football in general, players playing into their 30s. This isn't the 90s where some players who were, weren't looking after themselves very well and would be done by the time they were 31. It was like it was over. We're seeing more and more players sort of playing well into the mid-30s and doing a good job. And when you're a player, sorry Ron, I didn't mean to cut you off there, I just wanted to make one final point, who doesn't rely on pace as much anyway, who can read the game, who's sort of technically, you should be all right playing into your 30s to a certain level.
And he costs 35 million.
Yeah.
Like, it's an incredibly cheap investment for the calibre of player that he is and the value you'll get. And what makes it a really, really good deal is the fact that if you only do get 3 or 4 years out of Tielemans, it's worth the cost in terms of, it's going to be one of those where you're not exactly stuck with him, because obviously his wages will be decent, but the fact that you've played 35 million for him means that it gives you enough, obviously, financial freedom that he's not a £70 million signing, that when you go 2-3 years down the line, you've got a little bit more accruing debt than you would have normally had to replace him. It means that you still will have enough money to kind of get the next Tielemans in 3 or 4 years when he starts to become over the hill, and the investment that you put into him was only £35 million in this midfield market that we're witnessing.
Yeah.
And just 170 million pound for Rodgers, 160 million pounds for Elliot Anderson, nearly 100 million pounds for Tonali, 85 million pounds for Mateus Fernandes, Alex Scott being quoted at 80 million, Baleba similarly. I think when you get Tielemans for 35 million, when he is the calibre of all those players mentioned, probably above most in terms of his pedigree, I feel like you can't complain. And I think just saying, he's 29, I don't think that means anything, especially when he's just turned 29. And I think the type of player he is, he can be good for another 3-4 years.
No, I agree with everything you've said, Ronnie, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know what you think about the Tielemans signing, the Santos signing, pre-season in general. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Is it JJ Gabriel? Is it anyone else? What you think of the season coming up? What are your ambitions? What are your hopes, expectations this season? It's very, very difficult just not to get carried away when we've had such good form at the end of the season, where there's so much turmoil. I say turmoil, change going on at so many of our rivals. That United, you think this is we've spoken about it a lot, all three of us. We've spoken about it on whether it's the Paddock podcast or the videos we've all done together or separately, about this being such a rare moment in the Premier League at the minute, because City, for once, don't have Pep Guardiola. For the first time in a decade, don't have Pep Guardiola. Liverpool are going with Iraola as a good manager, but we've seen good managers struggle when they make the step up from a smaller club to a bigger club. So we don't know. You've got Maresca going in at City, obviously. So that's a mixed bag. We're taking over from Pep. Who else is the Chelsea? Alonso, a good manager. They've obviously backed him so far with signings, but again, it's a new manager. So there's a lot of uncertainty there that you hope could help Manchester United. I'll go through some of the comments and I'll come back to you. I want to ask you two something about the whole Elliot Anderson thing. Andrew Naker, 3925, says, what's the Paddock feeling on Chido Obi now? Finn, I'll ask you that one first. Chido Obi seems to have suffered a little bit, Chido, because he came into the first team probably too soon. And he didn't just come into the first team like where you go into the first team, you make a couple of appearances. It was like he was put in the first team when we weren't scoring any goals.
Away at Goodison Park.
Yeah. And it was like, go on.
He was properly thrown in at the deep end. Højlund was faltering. He wasn't scoring goals.
No.
And we basically chucked in this 17-year-old kid and said, go on then, score us the Premier League goals we need to win games and to...
Højlund's fault.
Maybe blame it on Højlund, blame it on Amorim, whoever you want. But at the end of the day, it probably wasn't fair on him. I think things came a little bit too soon. Maybe he was a victim of his own kind of early development, because he was one of these players who was playing under 18 football at the age of 14, 15 and being the best player on the pitch most weeks. He was scoring 4, 5, 6 goals each game at that level. It was unbelievable what he was doing. But I think that step up that he's taken into the under 21s and then being on the fringe of first team football, I think has been a bit of an obstacle at times. I think his development hasn't maybe gone as smoothly as some people would have envisaged. So there's work to do, and I think maybe now is a good time to evaluate him, but there may be a loan on the cards for next season in terms of him getting that first team experience in an environment that isn't maybe as pressurising as Manchester United, because it's so hard for young strikers at a big Premier League club. Striker is one of those positions where you can be a proper late bloomer and only really find yourself at 23, 24. So even if you're a huge talent like Alexander Isak was a big young talent at 18, 19, but I feel like he only became the striker that he is or was before the injury at 22, 23. So I think that can take time. But I still think that Chido's got a big future. The club believe he's got a future.
The late bloomer one was Harry Kane.
Harry Kane's a big example,
probably a bit young for that one, but...
He had a few loans, didn't he?
He went on
Millwall.
Norwich, Leicester City.
Yeah.
Didn't really pull up trees at any of those.
No,
he was there at the
I'm pretty sure
Troy goal in the Championship. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Harry Kane had a few loans early on in his late teens, early 20s.
Producer Harry just said Leighton Orient. Yeah, you're right. So you've got Leighton Orient, Millwall, Leicester there. Harvey just shouted out.
All right for
Norwich.
He was hardly like an outstanding prospect at an early age.
None of them hit double. I mean, he didn't play that many games for him, to be fair, but 22 games in the Championship for Millwall, 7 goals. 18 goals in League One for Leighton Orient, 5 goals. 18 games, 5 goals. 3 at Norwich.
How old is he in his
League,
Leicester loan?
No goals. 13 in the Championship appearances, 13 appearances for Leicester, 2 goals. So that was 2012, 2013. How old is Harry Kane? Sorry, my maths isn't my strong point. So he was born in 1993, so he would have been about 1920.
1920. Yeah,
so he's not, he's still not a complete child, but still young.
Yeah.
Takes a while, doesn't it? The obvious one that everyone always mentions, like Jamie Vardy's one who didn't get going to about 27.
Yeah, I didn't. To be fair, Kane was younger on those loans than I thought he was.
And Ian Wright's another one. I think Ian Wright, when he was 18, didn't even have a contract. I think he joined Palace when he was like in his late teens, and then it was in his early 20s that he started playing for him.
Lingard, McTominay.
Yeah, but Lingard had we first interviewed Lingard for Full Time Devils when he was I think he was at Brighton, and if you ever get a chance to look at that video, he looks about 12. The kit is just like it looks like he's got his dad's kit on. He looks like a child. And it's Sam Elmwood, who works for MUTV now, who's interviewing him. Sam's a tall lad, and it's like Sam Elmwood's interviewing his son. It's just one of those. But Lingard had loan after loan, didn't it? And he didn't actually get into the first team until he was 23, which is quite rare to come through the academy and not really make an impact on the first team until 23. Usually, you've either got into the first team or had some sort of impact, or you've moved on.
Yeah.
He obviously was a late bloomer, and just his physicality wasn't there as well. So
yeah, usually at least with the current expectations, I think if you're 19 or 20, around that age, maybe 21 at a push, if you aren't having serious involvement, then you're not really seen as someone who's going to kick on and be an important player for the first team. So it is rarer in today's game, but it does happen.
Few people in the chat here. Why can't we win the league? Says Steve M. 984. We need a DM. Sure, but let's assume we get that. What else do we need to mount a challenge? Left back. Okay, so let's go and get one. Or let's get one. Manchester. Izzy says Højlund low key worst signing in my opinion. It's purely based that he's a striker. That's the guy that needs to score, and it almost felt lucky when we did. I mean, I feel a little bit sorry for Rasmus Højlund because I don't think he was good enough, but I don't think it helped by the fact that we bought him as the main striker when he obviously shouldn't have been the main striker for Manchester United. He was at 9 Serie A goals for Atalanta in his last season.
Yeah.
Like, fine if you're going to bring him as a backup.
That deal was so dodgy because
Mate, don't get me started. Go on.
PSG, obviously, no, because there was an angle.
If you're going to start talking about John Murtaugh, I'm with you.
It's not even to do with Murtaugh. It's
okay.
PSG
From a legal point
could go
of view.
to it, but like PSG were also interested in Højlund, right?
Yeah.
And they valued Højlund at like 45 million euros.
Mm-hmm.
Was like their
I think
maybe MLS was their absolute maximum. Mm-hmm. And then I think Atalanta said to him, if you bid like 45 million pounds, 48 million pounds, then he's all yours. Do you know what I mean? And then PSG looked at that price tag and thought that's way too much for what his valuation is. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden Manchester United go 72 million, there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
so I don't understand how PSG valued him like around 30 million pounds less than we did, with Atalanta only asking for a little bit more than that from them. And then before PSG said no. And then United going with a bid that's nearly 30 million pounds more. It just feels really, really strange. I don't know.
I spoke to someone
about that.
who told me that the negotiations with Atalanta were more or less United saying he's not our main target, he's our only target.
Which is genius, isn't it?
We want. Like, we haven't got another plan here.
You tell the player that, not the club.
You don't tell the club, which is insane. You don't go into negotiations and say, well, we'll give you what we want because he's the only player we want. So Atalanta went, all right, 72 million quid. And I went, yeah, sold. What? Like, that's insane. Yeah. But that's what I heard. And I'm not ITK, but I heard it from a reliable person that it kind of United more or less approached some negotiations with a case of we need this player, he's our only target, and Atalanta pulled our pants down. Not to mention the fact, Ronnie, you don't want to get into it, so I'll do it anyway. Even though I said I wouldn't, I lied. John Murtaugh, allegedly, who I would put up there with Ed Woodward and the Glazers as being someone who's just been an absolute shambolic appointment or shambolic person involved in Manchester United Football Club. He helped negotiate this, and then at the end of it gets a job at Atalanta. I mean, Jesus wept. And then almost sells us a player from Atalanta in Edison. I mean, that's a different story. So I think there's a lot that went on there that's a bit questionable. I do feel a little bit sorry for Rasmus Højlund. It's not his fault. But even now, you look, he's 23 years old. He's gone to Napoli. 17 goals? 12. Hang on a minute, let me get it right. 12 goals last season in 33 games in Serie A. Fine, not knocking that. 5 assists as well. But I don't think that he was quite the player that anyone was hoping he would be. So it was probably best that he moved on, to be honest with you. I don't think there's many regrets there. It could have been different had we got Harry Kane and him as backup, but we didn't. And we actually ended up with a scenario last season, which seems like a million miles ago, or a million years ago, where you had Højlund as your main striker, Chido Obi getting rotated, and against Crystal Palace, you had the manager even started Kobe Mainu as your false 9, and left, I think, Højlund on the bench because he was that desperate to try somewhere else. Absolutely bonkers for a club the size of Manchester United. This is the sort of situation we found ourselves in. I'm going to give you the Rosenborg team because I know you're all dying to know. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing these wrong and I'm getting them in the wrong order. This is what they've posted. So it's Waldstedt, Mortensen, Singsdal Volden, Nemchik, Pereira, Bomholt, the font on this is terrible. It's white on white. Selnays, Fossum, Sunder, Chiaka, Sasa, and then you've got on the bench Sandberg, Amdam, Cedar, Roston, Wittry, Dahl, Harold Hernes, Slaughter, Hedman, Borgensen, Bakker, one was M. Cedar, there's also E. Cedar, Juris, and Sobozaniski. Make up your bench. And I'm not doing that again, so if you missed it, tough. You can read it there, actually.
Are we expecting a lot of output from Bumholt?
Yeah. Maybe a little bit.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Seen someone put in the chat there, man. Sorry, a bit sidetracked, wrong sport, but
go on.
LeBron to the Sixers.
What?
Is he still playing? Is LeBron still playing?
Yeah.
Oh, mad. I don't know anything about it.
That's quite a big deal. Anyway.
Steve M says Bommel is explosive. Very good. Yeah.
Hey, he makes a lot of runs, doesn't he?
Yeah. Manchester, he says, Højlund didn't score in so many games. Yes. We get all that. Steve M said, apparently the recent Baleba talk is his agents trying to convince United to come back in for him. Finn, Baleba. You're still on this one, aren't you? You still like this signing?
Yeah.
As he smashes the gaff-up. You still think that United should sign Carlos Baleba?
Yeah, I've got
discuss.
No information informing this, but I think that he is a player that would really complement the signings we've brought in. It feels like the options on the market are now limited. Our first, second, third choice, number 6s or defensive-minded midfielders are off the table. And I wouldn't hate it if United revisited the deal that we tried to do last summer. Obviously, you have to take the context into account, the fact that his performance has fallen off a cliff. So, that has to factor into the cost you eventually pay. But I don't think, barring, a really severe injury in the last season, which he hasn't had, you don't just lose the ability you had overnight.
Sorry.
Clearly something psychological is going on with him, whether that's off the pitch stuff we don't know about, or obviously the United deal that didn't go through last season playing into his psyche. So you have to consider that psychological aspect of things, but on paper the player is still the same player that many clubs would have loved to have signed last summer for a really significant fee. So I would love to see United go for him. A small part of it is that he's a left footer, which adds a little bit of balance to the midfield. He can cover the ground like not many others. We need that with Tielemans, Santos and Mainu. None of them really excel in that department. They're all capable defensively, maybe a little bit underrated defensively, but they're not players that cover the distance and the ground. You need someone that can do that part of the game, even if we're looking to play in small spaces under Michael Carrick in the midfield. And I think when you think about what Baleba needs in terms of guidance to simplify his game a little bit more, knowing when to slow it down, knowing when to kind of take the sting out of his game, and also when to make those decisions to be aggressive and to be tenacious. I think Michael Carrick's your man, really.
Yeah.
Someone to guide him in terms of the ways of a midfielder. You'd think that Michael Carrick could kind of get the best out of him. So as long as Brighton are at least willing to enter the negotiations from a somewhat realistic point of view, which you never know with Brighton, then I wouldn't hate if United did revisit and just explore it, because if you get things right with Baleba, or if he gets things right, you're looking at serious upside and someone that could be in a title-winning side.
Fair enough. Ronnie?
I'm just not quite sure how high up the list Carlos Baleba for Manchester United is. I think this is something that has materialised very recently, but it seems to be pushed massively from his camp. I think United were desperate for him last year. It didn't happen. They had a valuation. He stuck to it. He's followed it up with a very, very poor season. And it just seems the way the market's been navigated and the reporting, even though some of it's been quite obviously quiet, is I don't think Man United have had Baleba as high up the list as a number of other players. And I don't know whether they've seen something that's concerned them in the last year, something that's put them off slightly, because he's looked like two completely different players. In the 24-25 season, he was arguably one of the best midfielders in the Premier League and looked like one of the best midfield talents in world football in terms of obviously his game-breaking ability and attributes. And he's just not really refined it. And the season that he just had, and I'm a Baleba guy. I actually feel like I'm one of those, if United signed Baleba, I'd think it's a good signing. You buy the dip just because of his potential. Obviously, he's very, very boom or bust, but I think the boom could be extremely high.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of attributes to round out the midfield that Santos and Tielemans don't. That being said, it still feels like a gamble because you're thinking to yourself, which player is it? Baleba from 24-25 season or Baleba from last season, where Herzler was hooking him off at half time, didn't start him in like 7 games in a row. He started behind James Milner and Hinshelwood and Pascal Gross and players like this. And then you're thinking, what is it? And then also, I don't know whether United are considering the fact that he plays for Cameroon, AFCON. Sometimes people have issues with that as well in terms of he's going to go missing. It could derail your season. We saw it happen with Mbeumo and Ahmad. So, I don't know. But honestly, out of everyone that's left, even having said that and just being neutral on it, I still think Baleba's still the most alluring one for me. Mm-hmm. Just because I think of his possibilities.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's such high upside, but also such high potential to flop, if you want to use that word.
It's weird, isn't it? Because I was put off this season he's had, and I've not watched Brighton that often. Just the numbers, the fact he's been hooked so many times at half-time as well, which is always worrying. The fact we've spoken to Kieran Maguire, who I know he does the price of football, but he's also a die-hard Brighton fan, and he said he's literally had, I think he said he's had 3 really good games this season, the entire season. The flip side is sometimes players whose heads have turned or coming towards the end of a time at a club or feel like the form can dip. I remember seeing him Tielemans at Leicester and being a bit underwhelmed towards the end of him, and when United were linked with him, I was like, no, I'm not saying it's the same situation, but it can happen. I don't know, I just can't ignore the fact, for me personally, that there's been so many underwhelming games this season in a team that's done relatively alright as well, Brian. It's not like the whole team's fell apart, you know, like sometimes you get it where they've sold one player too many and they've just fell off a cliff, you know, almost collectively. But it'd be interesting to see, because if United did decide to go in for him, they did decide, like you were saying, Finn, that they think he fits the profile and they can work with him, then, you know, would Brighton be willing to sort of lower the price? Because we spoke to, I think it was Dan Kahn, who was on the channel yesterday. Part of the issue is that you feel like Brighton are still going to play relative hardball for the fee, because Brighton sell well, don't they? Yeah. Other than, I think McAllister had a buyout clause, so he's different. But other than that, they tend to get good money for their players. They tend to get top whack for their players. And if they're still looking at Baleba as, you know, a player that can do a job for them long term, and they don't want to let go for anything less than 70, 80 million, then I think United might look at that and go, not happening. I think if it was nearer to 40, then maybe there's a deal to be done there. But at the minute, it doesn't feel like that's going to happen. But things can change very, very quickly. So who knows? Maury Boogie says 21 is coming. Jed91 says Collier will be sold to a Burnley or a West Brom. Dylan172 says everyone wants Baleba because he's athletic, but why don't we apply the same logic for the West Ham left back, who's a premier athlete who has the best cross on him? That's El Hadji Malik Diouf, is it?
Yes, I would say that you're misunderstanding Baleba as a player, because he's far more technical than that would suggest. Okay. I think he's, you know, when he's playing well, he's very, very secure on the ball, very press resistant. Probably a better passer than a lot of his performances would suggest. I think he's got the potential, with a bit of refinement, to be a very good passer. I'd say his passing technique isn't the problem. It's usually his passing selection that can let him down. So again, I'd say that's more of a mental aspect. I'd say, with all due respect to Diouf, who I think is a decent player, I think he's got a lot more kind of holes in his game. And yeah, he's not as far along as Baleba.
Fair enough. Benjamin Metias says, how would Rashi coming back work with Cunha and the number 10 shirt? Don't want to repeat the Cavani-Ronnie situation.
Sorry.
It's all right. You was signalling there that he wanted some water.
I saw a jug of water.
I think that's a perfectly reasonable request. That you can have some water.
Yes.
We do look after you here, Ronnie.
Yeah,
We'll get you some water. It's the least we can do.
Definitely
for
do.
Our esteemed colleague. Do you mind?
Yeah,
Can Ronnie have a water?
yes, please.
What are you doing? That's his drinking it.
Is he allowed that or?
Are you not having that drink?
No, you just got it. Open it over there.
What?
Just open it for him.
Is he opening it for you?
Yeah, just
Oh, right, that's all right. Yeah, over there. Sorry. Listen, we'll have this conversation midstream. I'm not bothered.
Hey, listen, we can
It's
stick that.
pre-season.
Hey,
Like,
4-4, yeah?
all bets are off.
Producer.
Sorry, we got producer Harry a drink then. I just saw Harvey with it, but little did I know that he was opening it for him, and instead we spent 2 minutes discussing it, or I did. Are you all right to get some water, please? Harvey.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I'll have a water, please. Do you
I'm
want-
okay, thanks. I got.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm glad we cleared that up. There's some people claiming in the chat that it might be Brian Mbumo up front with Xerxes in the 10 and Shea Lacey on the right. I think we will see.
It could be Mbumo in the number 10 and Lacey on the right. I'd be surprised if they swapped Xerxes and Mbumo. You never know, to be fair, but I guess we'll see when it starts.
He's a
Xerxes in the 10 again. That was like, I remember seeing that under Amarim where it
Yeah.
looked. Xerxes is one of those players, isn't it? Where
Go on.
he'll have 2 minutes where you're thinking, rah, fucking hell, he's a baller, him.
Yeah, I know.
And then follow it with like, shit,
Yeah.
you shouldn't
It's
play
like-
for Fletcher Moss.
even-
You know what I mean? So I don't know.
that goal at Selhurst Park, right? You know when like people will shout like, "Oh, you shit" or whatever. Like when I saw that goal at Selhurst Park, right? I know full well, yeah, that you could give me that chance 1,000 times and I would never be able to do what you did, right? I just
Yeah.
wouldn't. I've not got it in my locker, yeah. Like it just wouldn't happen.
Speak for yourself.
Like, oh, you know, you're more talented than Ronnie, obviously, probably could. But looking at that thing, wow. Like, you've got to have something about you.
Yeah.
To take that chance the way he did, on that angle, and finish it, yeah? Yeah, that's like one of only 4 goals he's ever scored for us or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and you watch him a week later, and you think...
He's a confusing player,
No,
isn't he?
Right.
I think it's more so 90% of the time he looks like he just can't acclimatise to the pace and speed of the Premier League and of that level of football because he's quite laboured and quite lethargic in the way that he plays. But I don't know, sometimes he's technical a bit, and his USP is meant to be how technically secure he is and quality, and even that sometimes can be a little bit like heavy, and I don't know if that's just the lack of sharpness because he doesn't play very often.
Harvey.
But I don't know, you watch him play really poorly for like,
legend.
thank you, for like 95% of the time, and then he'll give you 5 minutes where
Yeah.
he's looking like Berbatov, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I don't know.
I just think with that, the annoying thing for me with Xerxes is there's just like, if you know, right, things aren't quite working for you, like, just show us a bit more, do a bit more. And at times he's like, he always seems to approach the game like we're 5-0 up.
Yeah.
Like every time I've watched him, we've never been 5-0 up when he's been playing. And yet he always comes on or starts like we are. And he's just sort of like, yeah, and that can be all right if you are winning games and everything's rosy. But when you're desperate for goals or when you need someone to do something, or even like you say, Murray, keep possession if you are holding on to a 1-0 lead or whatever. And even that at times seems beyond him. You're just thinking, what is he actually bringing to the table? And my biggest issue is, I'm sorry, but you know, I know it's an oversimplification, but I like attackers who get you some goals, and he just doesn't. It doesn't get you any goals, and I just think you can't really afford to have a player like that. The only time I've ever really seen that work is when Liverpool had Firmino, who didn't get a lot of goals, but they had Sadio Mane and they had Mo Salah, who scored loads between them, and it kind of.
And Firmino
works.
could still get
And he could
over
get
10
the
a
odd,
season,
yeah.
couldn't
he?
he?
Got more than Xerxes did. He just
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
anywhere near the numbers the other two were.
Yeah.
But it's very, very rare when you'll see a striker not scoring hardly any goals and
Yeah, I
it
know.
works.
Yeah.
And this whole always a 9.5 thing. Well, even if he is, that doesn't make any difference. He's still not doing a job there.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. So, yeah, I'm not his biggest fan. I like him sort of, you know, I know this sounds like a proper patronising thing. He seems like a nice fella. Is he good enough? No. That's my take on it.
I think he's just not. I think he's just a poor. He's not very suited to the league or the kind of, especially where United play. United over the last few years have been quite a very fast transitional kind of football
Yeah.
inside when we attack. That's just not been United. And
Do you think he gets, Ronnie? I'll ask you this in a minute. Do you think he gets into any other Premier League team?
I think Xerxes probably does.
Like a Burnley. Not to be harsh, but
I don't know.
Or Leeds.
I think the Premier League has got to a level now where there's
and I'm not trying to hate on him, but I'm just being like genuinely. That's my biggest concern. Is I look at United and I think we should be challenging for the title, and I look at him and I think I don't even know for certain if you're Premier League level.
Yeah. I think Italy was perfect for him. I think in style. Like.
I think Xerxes is one of those weird players where I think the more further down you go down the league in terms of the teams,
the less suited.
I feel like the less suited he becomes, because those teams are going to be obviously defensively solid. They're going to need up front. Strikers are going to need a proper target, a focal point, a channel runner, like dirty work type of strikers. For example, even look at Leeds, like a Calvert-Lewin, Lemaitre, that type.
Yeah, they did the job for him.
I think Xerxes so particular in terms of his skill set that I actually don't know.
No, I just feel it's time to just admit defeat. There's talk of him going back to Italy, and I'm sure he'll be he'll do well there. Someone in the chat has just asked this. Matt G, excuse me, windy pop, says, "Are we missing a trick if Villa go for Garner?"
Is that a rumour?
It's a rumour. I've looked on Twitter or X.
I think
it seems that it's more of a rumour at the minute rather than anything solid. Someone called Fabrizio Romano has tweeted it. It was obviously not the real Romano.
Is that allowed?
Definitely not.
I mean,
if you announce, I think you can announce your parody.
Yeah, true.
Fan account. Yeah.
This is just a fan account, not an official account of Fabrizio Romano. Still got 13,000 followers. There's also the gossip column on the BBC says Villa eye Garner. So it looks like, he signed a new deal at Everton, didn't he? I'm suppose if Villa went in with a big offer, Everton are a selling club and they'd probably be up for it. What do you reckon, Finn? Would you want to get involved in that?
Well, Everton now have quite strong financial backing, new stadium and everything. He's on a new deal. I think Everton would be in a position to ask the same sort of fees that West Ham asked for Matheus Fernandes, maybe more, because he's in the Premier League, he's not relegated. I think United could do a lot worse than Garner as a third midfield option. I think he would be quite complementary with the options we've got. He's not quite as rapid as a Baleba, but he does the defensive work. He's got ranginess to his passing. He's very expansive in the midfield, and he's very intelligent. I think, when he was coming through in United's academy, the most common comparison people would make was to Michael Carrick in terms of his style of play. So I think he's a player that Carrick would like. I don't know if it's really a deal that's possible or feasible, but I wouldn't hate to see it. And I think if Villa got him, it would be a very good signing for them, because I think he is a player that is eventually built for a top 6, top 4 side.
Yeah, I like James Garner. I really do. I liked him when he was at United. I know he didn't play much, but I watched him in the under-23s. Took the kids down there to Lee Sports Village, and only a couple of times, but he was the one that was like the star of the show. And I've been impressed with him at Everton. Some of my family, my in-laws are Evertonians. They love him. I think he's mint, and whenever I've watched Everton, he seems to play really well. Also, I don't know him, but we operated him here in the studio. He seems like a nice lad.
He was nice, yeah.
Yeah, got his head screwed on. I just feel that you're only going to get him if you start paying the kind of money that stops that deal being what it should be. Do you know what I mean? Because despite all the positives he brings, and I know he can play right back and centre mid, he's probably hard done by not to make the Tuchel's World Cup squad, to be honest with you. I just think you're going to end up paying the sort of silly money.
You're not going to get him at fair value, are you?
No.
It's
James Garner has developed into one of the better midfielders in the league, though.
No, he has.
Especially
I completely agree with that.
So
yeah, I think he's
had some really strong development over the last couple of years. I think the data is unbelievable on him as well. I think James Garner has probably become, in terms of value, he has probably touched that kind of £70 million mark if you put it in this market.
Oh, in this market, that's true. Have United got that or willing to spend that on one player? I don't know. I don't know. We have done good business so far for getting in 2 midfielders who look like they can offer us a lot for 85 million quid.
I'd be surprised if we didn't make any signing this summer at the 70-80 million pound mark. We were happy to go near there for all 3 of Sesko, Cunha and Mbeumo, and in their cases, I think that was great value actually, looking back on it.
Yeah.
But you'd think that the way that we've operated, getting Santos and Tielemans in at reasonable fees, in my opinion. I think there's room there to go big on your third midfielder. Whether or not United actually do that remains to be seen.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I think there might be a sort of scenario here where it's late in the window.
Yeah.
Where United bring in more players.
Well, a certain journalist for an outlet that we aren't fans of says that Tchouaméni could still leave Real Madrid.
Right.
So,
I know who you're referring to here. And I'm going to stick my neck out and say that's a load of bollocks. And that Tchouaméni isn't leaving Real Madrid. And he just made that up, basically, with no sources whatsoever. That's my take on it, to be honest with you. And you can all clip this up and ram it down my throat when Tchouaméni makes his debut for us next season or this season.
Gets led out by Rory Keane.
Yes.
Before the game.
I think there's Harvey. You've been tagged in something there. I think in the chat if you want to have a look. Steve M says, "Do we have a sell-on buyback?" I think on James Garner. I'm not sure.
I think we may have had some percentage sell-on at some point. I don't know if that's still valid now, especially now that he's got his new contract. I'm not sure. We definitely don't have a buyback.
Okay, fair enough. A lot of people talking about LeBron James to the Sixers. Sorry, I'm not a big basketball fan.
We need Ronnie here, really.
Ronnie, when he comes back, will be able to give you his opinion on that. Team's coming out now. Should be kicking off very soon. Obviously, a couple of minutes. Be interesting on this. This is obviously as the pre-season progresses, the seriousness of the games sort of notches up a little bit. The game against Wrexham just felt like a complete non-entity, didn't it? And I think the players approached it as such. This is a little bit more. The stadium's packed out. The Wrexham game was in front of one man and his dog. And I think once you get to sort of the game against Leeds, is it at Croke Park, where
it does have Xerxes in the middle there.
It does have Xerxes in the middle there. We'll see how MUFC has Xerxes in the middle. Then we'll see a little bit more because you're getting players back from the World Cup as well. Yeah. So we just we need to sort of progress nicely, don't we? Harry Maguire captaining the side today.
If anyone in the chat knows much about this Rosenborg team, I can't claim to have watched much Norwegian football recently, but let us know if there's any kind of dangerous or interesting players to watch out for.
It was good to see Ronnie Johnson as well pre-match.
Yeah. He's become quite involved for MUTV in the past couple of seasons.
It's good to see people like him because he's one of the most underrated players ever, Ronnie Johnson. He's such a good defender. Honestly, bro.
Yeah.
Like, him and Jaap Stam is as good a centre-back partnership as you're going to see. Like, genuinely.
What kind of centre-back was he?
Great on the ball. Read the game really well. Deceptively quick. Wasn't, like, rapid, but could, you know what I mean? Because he read the game so well. Could get to challenges when he needed to. Could carry the ball. And just consistent. Just what you want from a centre-back. I always think he's a good centre-back. You almost don't notice there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he's like, he just go about his business. And they complemented each other really well, him and Jaap Stam. To the point where attackers had nowhere to go because you don't want to face Jaap Stam, but then the other one's Ronnie Johnson, and they were both class.
It's why sometimes the best centre backs don't show up well in the data when you look at like volume statistics. That
was what did for Jaap Stam at United because this was when data was really coming in, and apparently there's the book called Soccernomics which Stephen Alson absolutely loves, and he got me onto, and it talks about how United misinterpreted the data on Jaap Stam because he was making fewer tackles. They were looking at it as because he was getting older, he was becoming less effective, but there was reasoning behind that was that he was reading the game better when he wasn't having to make as many tackles, and also players were avoiding it. They were physically like trying to sort of get away from him.
It's the Maldini quote, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I've made a tackle, I've already made a mistake.
Yeah, it was that was it. United are underway now.
Oh, we've not even spoke about then your right back.
Yeah. What do you make of that, Ronnie?
Interesting.
I mean, it's only pre-season, but it's
they are trying to like experiment with him playing there, but I don't know. I don't really see him as a right back, especially when I saw what happened to him against Salamina.
Is that the Southampton game? Yeah. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Not related, but this kit has me the most tempted to buy a United kit that I've been in a while.
Really?
Unbelievable kit.
Really like it.
It is a nice
kit. The Stormzy promo.
I prefer that to the red one. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the red one. I think the stripes look a bit too chunky.
Too thick. Yeah. I don't mind.
I thought it was Pat's out. It was actually empty seats there. Forgive me, I'm giving you misinformation.
I don't mind your right back, to be fair, in some games. I don't think that's where his future lies, but I think there are some things that he can gain from playing there.
So it is Lacey in the 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Boom on the right, Lacey...
Lacey up front?
Looks like Lacey...
That's mad if that is Lacey...
Is that the kid? Yeah? Is that Lacey as the striker and Xerxes in the 10? I don't know.
Is it 4-4-2?
We'll see how the
We'll
see how the shape settles,
yeah.
but
If Michael Carrick brings back 4-4-2, this is it. I hadn't gone to heaven. Honestly.
to be fair, I've
Well,
never
right
seen
back.
Lacey play up front in all of his academy.
Is there any
performances.
chance of a bit of volley?
Yeah.
Can we have a little bit of
I
volley?
was
please?
thinking of something.
Something off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scrappy starting it, pre-season vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it, man.
Well, a bit of rain as well.
Raining. Oh, raining. It's
mad.
all happening.
Rosenborg, is it Norway? Quite Denmark?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Norway.
Norway, yeah.
I feel like we played these before, innit? Is it?
Yes, we have. I couldn't
Night-
tell you about
It was.
Nine
We were terrible.
It's on the screen right now, actually.
Oh, there you go. Forgive us, it's there.
Previous meeting.
Oh,
Yeah, we were terrible
Yeah,
that day because
and-
they were already into their. It might
Yeah,
be the
they were
same case here.
friendly, yeah.
they were so much more sharp
Yeah.
than we were.
Because they were mid-season with the way their schedule works
Come past
with
that.
their winter season and stuff.
That was on the
What?
second half.
Yeah. Oh, was it? I thought it was more recent, but
When was
Voilà.
it? Sorry, July 2024?
Yeah, second half. It was like the first game of that pre-season.
we have had so many managers.
Couple of years, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, they had like Naipan playing for the minute. Went to City.
Right, okay.
Yeah. That talented youngster.
Andrea Pirlo's the new Italy coach.
Oh, interesting.
Apparently, Pep.
Imagine knowing that you were like second choice to Pep.
Yeah.
To be fair, I get it.
But I guess
You get it, yeah.
he's the one person that you'd be happy with being second choice to, really, isn't he? These days.
Interesting. That from Mount. What was that?
Bit rusty there.
Rusty. I don't know. It's
Chalk it-
interesting to
chalk it
see.
down to rust.
Mount's season will be interesting to watch because he's going to be like fourth choice centre mid,
Mm.
and Bruno plays every game.
He's not really a 10 anymore, is he? It kind of at Chelsea he was seen as more of an attacking player, but I feel like he is more of a number 8 now.
He was like an inverted left
Look at
winger.
that, Aiden Heaven. What a player.
Mm.
Good tackle.
Good tackle. That looked like a good tackle.
Yeah, I thought ball came out cleanly there, no?
This is another thing to watch. Obviously, I'm not as avid with the
No.
doggy left wing,
Yeah.
like cemented aspect as many others. I don't feel like he should be United starting left winger long term. I feel like he's too limited going forward for that. It'd be useful in some games, big games as a runner, extra defensive power or whatever. But I think when United are dominating most games, controlling football matches, doggy at left wing is not something that I feel like should be a long term thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think there are certain games where he can be really effective. We saw it against Arsenal and City last season. He was a key aspect of us winning those games, but he's not outstanding 1v1, which I think we need in our wide players.
Rosenborg with a free kick here. Straight into the
Let's go
wall.
through.
I think, we've cleared that one. Henry, or Hennessy, says if J Money, a.k.a. J Money, comes to LA, Cali, is he wearing red or blue? Is that some
Is
sort
that
of
a
gang
Crips-
reference?
a Crips
Is it Bloods
versus
and the
Bloods?
Crips and all
So,
that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Say it.
I
Just
think
do
we're out
that.
of our
The
depth
meme.
here. Oh yeah, but half and half.
Have a blue and red bandana.
Right, okay. Can you do that half and half scarves and all that?
Yeah,
Get away with that.
I don't know.
Be able to walk around anywhere.
Do you know what I mean?
Hey, don't worry about it.
Just attempts.
I'm in both gangs.
Just attempt sign language.
Is that a prominent thing?
I don't
over
know.
there?
It's been a while since I've been.
I always thought that was just like media.
When
TV
we
type
went
stuff.
to LA, we weren't going in them sort of areas. Come on. Hey.
Yeah, I was in
Joe
LA.
would
I was in
get
LA
stuck
with
in, wouldn't
Steve.
he?
I was in LA with Steve for like one day.
Was
Yeah.
It's like Beverly Hills or something.
We spent most of it in Beverly Hills, and that, yeah. Not really.
Apparently,
And
the Bloods and the Crips don't hang around there very often.
Right. Okay.
So
And
we
the,
didn't
um,
see much of them.
is it Venice?
Venice Beach.
Venice Beach.
Yeah, oh, that
Yeah.
stinks of Stephen House and that bloody weight training on a beach.
You're doing it.
Hey. No, we were up in the Hollywood Hills when. Oh, little Megsy there.
It's funny now with Steve. You go to Steve every morning. You'd be like, "Oh, so you've done the videos? Have you done morning news?" He goes, "Nah, but I got my fastest 5K time.
Oh dear.
Next day comes and you're like, you say to Steve now, you're like, yo, have you said you was going to do a video on Sander Burge, have you done it? Deck's waiting for the edit. He goes, nah, but I'm doing 1,000 meters on a skier.
Yeah, he has his fun ways, doesn't he, Mr. Howson?
Yeah, that's the fate. That's the phase he's in.
I know, I get it, because I'll chat to him and he'll be like, oh, I'm so busy, I ain't got time to have a piss, and then you'll spend an hour and a half chatting to him in his office about Oasis or something.
Oh, his fitness.
Like, Boomer.
Oh, Boomer there!
Beautiful from Mbuma.
Oh, that's, go on.
Go on, son.
Yeah. Go on, dog.
Dorgu out on the left
now.
here.
Here we go.
Go on.
He's going to hit it from there. Top bins.
It's Echo, who's been a member of the first team for 48 months, says, hope Lacey gets one today. Excited for the new season, but I am worried about injuries. The squad depth still seems so weak. I mean, I think there's a fair comment there, to be honest with you.
To be fair, everyone's on holiday still.
Yeah.
All the best players, anyway. Are we ahead or behind? Is it like directly on time because it's MUTV?
I mean, it's not that far off if you think.
Yeah, it's a bit different from like the BT.
Looks roughly the right time. Yeah. Someone's pointing out the time is jumping by 2 seconds. Is that a...
Yeah, I've noticed that. I have no idea why.
Yeah, we'll look at it later, but you get the gist.
The scoreboard on our app is going up by 1 perfectly.
Yeah.
But
it seems to be, but it's going up every 2 seconds, so it's not.
That's
like, gonna be ahead.
It's still on time.
That's gonna mess with someone's ADD, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, not ADD. OCD.
Yeah, I mean, now I know about it. It's already annoying me, even though it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Guts Doyle says he has an unfortunate name but a fine head of hair.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Bomholt.
Is it
Bomholt?
Bomholt.
That is unfortunate, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's not the best name, is it? I bet he got a bit of stick at school.
I can't believe this.
It's probably fine, isn't it?
This United kit, by the way, is an all-timer.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Here we go. Xerxes,
Be
Boomo.
Hit it.
Boom, a goal.
Oh, you got to do better than that.
Straight to keeper. The keeper spills it, but it's fine.
He should be scoring that.
Oh, man.
That's a bit harsh.
I want Mbuma
on his right foot.
He's good at that usually. I want Mbuma to be ruthless this season.
This running away from goal like that would be weak foot. That I can't say he must score.
If that was against City, he'd have scored.
No, it is difficult.
He knows what he's doing.
But I'm not gonna lie to you though. Left-footed players, they rarely have. They rarely have
such a bad.
They rarely have a strong. Oh.
Well, got tackled there, doggy.
They rarely have a strong weak foot in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, let's have a look at this. I only touched him. I'm looking forward to seeing Dorgu this season.
Yeah.
Future world-class left-back.
I feel like he's so likeable as well, isn't he? It's clear what Carrick thinks he is, isn't it?
Vegos says, who got a better marathon time out of Jay and Steve? Listen, it's not about who got the best time, but it was me.
What did you get?
I think I got 4:26. I think it was.
That's pretty good.
I
isn't
did
it?
better than Jim Ratcliffe. That was that was the main thing that mattered.
92.
4 days and 26 hours.
Yeah.
Sorry, that makes no sense. That'll be 5 days and 2 hours, isn't it? Or maybe it was 5 days and 2 hours, and you tried to make it sound better.
I was going for about a week. No, because I remember Adam McCullough sort of make out of Beavy on his other channel because Beavy had done the London Marathon longer than Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So that was all I was bothered about. When I checked later, I was like, did I actually get a better time than a 72?
I reckon I'd get slower than all of you.
Yeah. The thing is, right, everyone says it on a marathon, it's so true. It starts 20 miles in.
Yeah.
Because 20 miles in, I was flying. When I saw Joe, I was dicking about and all that. And then about half a mile later, I was nearly in tears. So yeah, it was brutal, but it was good. Go on, Lenny, you're all there.
Yeah, not bad. You know, Shaw's got an assured first touch.
Assured.
That was very unintentional.
First few touches for Andre Santos here. Plays it forward.
Yeah, I feel like the first time he's touched it.
Turn.
Good ball out.
There you go. Boom.
Go on, Lenny.
On the right hand side. Lenny's making a
He's got
little
the
run there
burners
for you.
on.
I think that was on there.
What are you doing?
No, it's not quite the one. That kit is good, isn't it?
It's a really
The
nice
more I
kit.
look at that kit, the more.
It's proper good.
That
That's
cross was not on.
No.
Yeah.
But that was one of those crosses. That's for Sesko. That's not for Xerxes.
Also wasn't on for like a good 4 seconds before.
Yeah, I think he should have played the overlap,
Yeah.
the underlap for Lenny Euro then.
See if we can get Lacey on the ball a little bit.
That's a good point.
I think he is playing through the middle.
Yeah,
really, isn't
it looks like Xerxes up top and Lacey just behind him, doesn't it?
And I think that suits him, picking it up in the small spaces.
It would be a bit insane to put Lacey up top and Xerxes in the top.
Yeah.
Let's have it right. There you go.
Release.
Good hold up.
Kind of there you
Good
go.
hold up.
What is he doing?
Brian Mbumo is properly coming at this game like it's a pre-season friendly. So I'm just going to, have a little bit of a laugh.
He's playing like it's a parents v teachers game, isn't he?
So lax that.
I know. It's like... It's alright. He's just blowing the cobwebs off. He'll be fine. He's like, get into it. Don't worry about it. Aye. Seagull's getting involved there.
This is a,
know what's my
20-goal Premier League winger.
He's an output guy.
Yeah.
Watching, he'll probably score today. But another thing is, I feel like when you're making a few mistakes on the ball, I always feel like players should just simplify the game.
Yeah.
Like he's got a couple of touches there, and I feel like in case, look at that. What is that?
It's a bit of an all-timer, this, isn't it?
That's what I just on time. Just as I said, just take a touch and play simple. Like get your touches in. He's trying like mad things. Do you know what I mean? Like
Ryan Mbumo just hit it first time.
He's trying like a. It's like
on
like
the
a
volley.
He's trying like on a volley. Like
to a Rosenborg player who was like 25 yards out from goal. I don't know what he was doing.
No, but he's attempting a 1 out of 10 pass. Like out of. But he's done that a couple of times. I'm like, wait, what?
It's Lacey.
Go on.
Here's Dorgu. Not cleared there.
No
with the diamond
conviction
header.
in that cross at all, man.
It's been a funny performance.
It has so far, isn't it? It's
That's
alright.
that's pretty.
As long as we're not, we're not like this. Is it Hull the first game or is it Ipswich?
Hull.
Hull, thank you. Hull away. Jesus Christ.
We've got Atletico next, haven't we? I feel like when we face some bigger teams, we'll be more.
Yeah,
sharp.
we'll turn up for the bigger games.
Yeah. PSG is going to be a fun one.
When's PSG?
After Atletico, isn't it? So 8th.
Right, okay. Where's that at?
Now you're asking.
Okay, sorry. Make sure you're hitting that like button, please, people, and get involved in the chat and the
Did
comments.
you see that again?
No, was
Yeah.
that?
And Vumo just.
He has that
Don't
air
mean
though,
to pick
doesn't
him
he?
out.
He
but
does that. He has that air of like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It
Yeah,
doesn't
he
matter. It's whatever.
Playing PSG in Gothenburg.
Gothenburg.
In
eh?
Gotham. Go
Here we
on.
go.
Go on.
It's a nice play from
I
Santos.
think
again in
Xerxes'
the build-up.
hold up has actually been all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been okay. Yeah.
But I don't know.
Santos' pass selection is so good.
He
feel like he
looks
gets-
quite sharp defensively.
Yeah,
I will say.
Love that. Why are you going backwards?
Could be a big season for Harry Maguire,
Yeah. Something to
Even
prove
on what
again.
This the injury situation with other centre backs.
Yeah.
I know he's not perfect in that sense himself. He does usually miss a bit of the season, but Martinez and De Ligt have got a lot of form, haven't they, for missing a lot of games. So you think Maguire, because you look at it last couple of seasons, he's played a lot of games for United, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's every reason to think that could be the case this season as well.
Ooh.
I'd fucking love to see Harry Maguire lifting that Premier League trophy.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
would.
Him and Bruno would mean a little bit more,
Yeah, definitely.
I think. For the lows
Those
that they've had
Seagulls
to
are doing
endure.
my fucking head in, by the way.
Yeah.
What's going on?
By the side of a
Crazy.
big fjord, Trondheim.
The what, sorry?
Next to a big fjord.
Oh,
A
really?
fjord, big fjord. What's that, like a river?
Like a
Lake.
Oh, a lake, sorry.
a valley that's been carved out by erosion with a river.
Ah, right, okay. Very nice. What did you make of the whole Elliot Anderson announcement video that seems to have rattled half of Twitter?
What, where they pause on United?
Yeah, and there was the whole, since I've been alive or something, United have been shit or something.
Just
City
seems
have
like-
been the
just
kings
seems
of
City
like-
have been the
Manchester.
kings of Manchester.
Just seems like you don't really like us too tough. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean,
He never really fancied us, did he?
So in the pie line, innit? If you sign for City, slag off United, and everyone will love you. And it's words. So I'm not really arsed, if I'm going to be honest. I just noticed that a lot of people
Yeah,
are.
I'm nowhere near as arsed as
Yeah, I've just noticed it's on my timeline quite a lot.
I'm like
And people going, oh, look at him, 2-bit. And I'm like, I just hope it's shit. That's my main thing. I hope it flops there.
Okay. So outside the Mbumo chance, not much has happened, though, innit?
Not really.
It is very pre-season vibes, though.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Can we turn it up a little bit, please? Sorry, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's
you did
so-
turn it up,
so
and then
quiet.
I think for.
Because we had a chance and we went a bit loud.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
Copyright, yeah.
Yeah, just getting in trouble there.
Can't be having that.
Hey, not we're getting any hot water.
It's very interesting that he's being
Nice.
expressed. That
Right, here we
Lacey
go.
has been
Go on.
expressed.
Go on, Lenny Yoro.
He's thinking.
That's
Go
right.
on.
Right, ball.
Yes.
Mason Mount there.
He's thinking.
Yes. What?
Oh, fucking hell.
What's happened
Hey,
there?
I think there's
Fucking hell.
a little glitch in the system.
Hey, whipping it in the kettle.
Shay Lacey.
Whipping it in the kettle today.
Oh. Happy birthday to Mr. Joe Smith, says
Yeah.
Ross Murphy. Yeah, happy birthday, Joe.
Happy
I've already-
birthday.
You sure it's his birthday?
Yeah, he always has it.
No, wish him happy
Taves
birthday.
went up there.
You what? You what, sorry?
Yeah, no, went up there a little bit.
Old Sol Campbell on us. Yeah, it's his birthday. He always has it on pre-season, doesn't he, the knobhead? So, we have to celebrate it.
Celebrating from Trondheim.
Yeah, usually we're in America.
Wow.
Boomo, mate.
What a stinker. of a
Oh,
goal.
Across the face of goal,
This
there's
is
no
a
one there.
this is a generational sting. I'm not worried, but it's outrageously bad performance so far from Mbeumo.
He's just
It'll-
he's having a laugh.
it'll be
He's
okay,
alright.
won't he?
He's, once we get into the nitty gritty,
He only cares about the real games.
yeah, he's not bothered about this one. He's just having a giggle. Yeah, what's going on with all these birds in the stadium? We don't know. It's just
Proper
there's lots
annoying,
of
isn't
them.
it?
Lots of people wishing Joe a happy birthday as well. Good to see. Have you been to Norway, Ronnie?
Never been, but I'd like to.
It's all right, Have you
I'd
been?
love to go to Norway.
Yeah, I've been a few times. It's decent.
It's decent.
Yeah, it's expensive though,
Yeah,
but it's nice, and the
I like that
the
Santos.
people there are mint, and the mental United fans, like they're
Yeah.
proper hardcore. The Norwegian Reds, trust me. It's mad over there as well. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's like it's probably majority United fans, but there's a lot of Liverpool fans over there as well. That's like the main two clubs. Seems to be either Liverpool or United, and obviously the local teams as well. But yeah, the Scandinavian Reds in general, and especially in Norway, are mad passionate. Loads of them actually go to loads of United games. They make the trip over like almost every week. Some of it. Turn.
Jesus Christ.
There you go. Here we go. Brian Mbeumo.
Pre-season pearl.
Here he is.
Go on.
There you go. Go on, Mbeumo. There you go.
Oh, good bit of play,
Little
though.
Corner there. Love that.
Good bit of play.
United have got a corner. I don't know what I was on about the stadium being packed out. It's empty. Alright, here we go.
I'm not sure about Thingy's taper at the front of his head, though.
Yeah.
Xerxes.
Is it, you're not having it?
Not having it.
I don't know. I think he gets away with it. You know, certain people get away with it, and he's one of them.
Goal?
It's a good, decent cross that. Luke Shaw has. So Maguire out here on the
He's usually
left
alright in
wing.
this position though.
Yeah, Maguire there, trying to get it onto his right foot.
Likes it.
Here goes Mbumo. Here we go.
He's.
Jesus
I was
Christ.
gonna say he's back.
Every action is like is a low percentage attempt. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
I had a needle.
Yeah.
Like something. Yeah.
It's gone full Bruno Fernandes. I'm going to make this work. Watch. We have got Adam McCullough and Joe Smith in Trondheim, so hopefully we'll be getting any reaction from whoever's in the mix zone. Plus, we'll be hearing from them after the game as well. Make sure you're hitting like, share, and subscribe.
Ben getting on camera at all?
Producer Ben,
Yeah.
I don't think so this time. I think he did last time because it was just him and Joe.
I see.
So he might just be behind the camera this time.
Oh, I like that. Cool.
Oh.
Ooh.
Trondheim just passing it around there now in a minute. Trondheim, Rosenborg, whoever it is. You know what I mean?
The Nords.
Yeah. It's a foul.
He looked about 7.
I was about to say, he's very...
They usually do play like last year. They played like a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 17-year-old. A lot of their players will be young. If you have a look,
I'm gonna have a look at their
they always
squad.
play young players
Yeah.
against us.
Fair play. Aiden having another one who could have a big season this season as well. Be interesting to see what happens with our defenders this season, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
just don't know, do you? Just don't know.
Because Delit's crocked
Yeah.
at the moment, and then you've got Martinez, who's a bit injury prone.
That's what I mean.
Aiden Heaven and Lenny are really young still.
Yeah.
Maguire's on the back end.
So,
Their youngest players are Bumhole and
I beg your
Xhaka,
pardon.
20 years old.
20?
Yeah.
Damn. There's Xerxes. Dorgu.
Fallon
Luke
Dorgu.
Shaw. What's a Dorgu here?
Need Sesko in the box for those kind of moments.
Maguire to Euro. Passing it about.
Not bad.
Don't mind that.
He's offside.
Yeah, so far, so meh.
Try a flick though.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very much pre-season friendly vibes in it, this game.
Yeah.
As you'd expect, because it is a pre-season friendly. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know what you think so far. It's weird because you can't look too much into it, can you? But you do want to still see something. You don't want to just see nothing.
Yeah, you want to see something to kind of like.
You know what I mean?
Spark your interest.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's not just a case of, oh, let's not bother. Santos still looks good. It says a fool named Huggy. It's not tidy, Annie. Steve M says Delitz is back in Carrington. No word on how long his recovery will be, though. Yeah, I think that's... Is he just doing individual training?
I think so, yeah.
Delitz?
He's probably on some recovery program, but he's not joined the team training or anything.
Right, okay. It's crap, Jay, says Reg Porter. Fair enough. I'm not going to argue with you.
I wonder if we'll see the same as last game where younger players come on and we look a little bit better.
Yeah, last time.
Probably
it was
will
Wrexham.
spark it, yeah.
It was very, the young players at least looked like they were up for it.
At least on the ball, they looked.
Yeah.
They got far more about themselves.
Do you think Euro will play right back more, says Mad Titan Nah?
It looks like they are trying to like experiment in him. There.
Yeah, possible.
Go on.
But we've got 2 right backs to come back, haven't we?
Yeah.
So
I think he'll play most of his minutes at centre back, but it's nice to have that option, isn't it?
and
Worst case scenario.
Delo rarely misses a game, and also Mazraoui. I know he missed a few last season, but the first season he played 50 games, didn't he? So I don't know. I think it'd have to be some sort of like injury crisis for that to happen.
How old did you say Bomo was?
20.
Okay.
Someone's put
It's
Bummo
not
was having
funny,
an
is it?
absolute stinker.
Hey,
It says Harry J. That was.
there's so many lines for that. Innit?
I know.
He's good in behind.
He's been a little bit loose.
Oh, he's been a
dear.
little bit loose, says producer Harry.
Oh, what a ball.
It's a
There
great
you go.
switch.
Have a bit of that.
Shaw on the underlap. Lacey.
Go on.
Look at that.
Turn. Oh! Ballon Dorgu there. A lovely turn. Good effort. Just wide.
I do see a lot of.
Santos is really good at this ball.
Yeah. I do see a lot of shot practices videos from doggies.
Yeah. Working with
Oh, hit the
Quack
post. I didn't
Woman.
realise. I thought it was just wide, but apparently it's hit the post there.
Lick the post.
Yeah. Santos there.
didn't
Lovely
need
little
those
pass.
stuff
Great
punchy.
turn.
See that
Mate.
other angle. Good snapping
Look at
pass.
this there, eh?
Did
Oh,
it,
he did. Yeah, I can see it there.
Did it hit hit the defender
It
first?
clipped.
No.
Bang.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate.
Good effort. Something happened.
Rosenborg now counter-attacking.
Ooh. Good defensive covering from him being Modo.
Yeah, he's done well.
Done alright there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's done alright, man. He's growing into the game. Yeah? That's how he rolls. Mitten Davda, 1095 says, I actually think we need a right back more than a left back. Maz has indicated that left back is actually his preferred position, and Amas could come in for a game or two when needed. We are below deep in right back. I mean, I know Mazraoui played, was it for Morocco?
Go on.
at
Oh,
left
go on.
back?
Was he off?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But there's a reason for that in there.
Who?
The reason that Mazraoui played at left back for Morocco.
Yeah.
Hakimi.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't starting over Hakimi. Ooh. It's not a foul. I feel like this isn't the World Cup anymore. The World Cup was a lot. They let a lot more physicality go in the World Cup. The
Yeah,
referees. Feels like there's back to the softer vibe. Don't think that was a foul from Santos.
Half an hour in. Not much to.
So almost get the youngsters on.
Yeah.
You know.
I wonder if we do see JJ Gabriel at half time. It'll be interesting. It would nice to be. It'd be nice if Jim
Oh, shit.
Thwaites got on because he
Yes.
was unfortunate not to get minutes in the last game.
Yeah, I think he probably more than likely will.
Yeah.
No,
You'd hope that Carrick will be
I do like him.
generous. I think fans will enjoy watching Jim Thwaites if he gets on the ball enough because,
You're a big fan, aren't you?
yeah, huge fan of Jim Thwaites.
Do you reckon he might get a chance with some dead balls as well because there's no Bruno?
Yeah. I would love to see him over a free
Aye.
kick.
Ooh, even that looked a bit ropey.
Does me, or is it just me, or does Dorgu, look like
Go on,
Tracy
release.
Chapman?
Yes.
on, Lace.
Lacey.
Lacey here.
Go
on.
back post.
Oh.
Go on, lad.
Look at that.
Yes.
Good to see.
That's proper quality.
Hey, I like that.
Wow.
Shea Lacey with a goal there.
Proper quality.
Did really well.
Neatly tucked in there into the
Michael
far
Carrick
post.
looks mildly annoyed at that. Well done. Let's have a look here.
That's a good pass from
turn
Heaven.
here. Yeah, good pass from Heaven. Good ball from Xerxes there. Shea Lacey does well.
Nice
Onto
feint.
his left.
Beautiful
Bottom
finish.
corner.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Quality. That's what he's about.
Look at that.
Such a good finish.
Finish.
That's proper, that Shea Lacey, you know.
Yeah. That's kind of his
He
tech.
doesn't really. That's his zone. Doesn't really need. He only needs a little bit of separation. That's quality, that. But I think Xerxes, he's got an alright game today.
He's warmed into it, hasn't he?
This is his best performance in a United shirt, to be fair to the lad. He's done all right. He must have been listening to us pre-match.
But it starts from Aiden Heaven. It's a good pass into
No,
the
it is a
field,
very
innit?
good pass, that.
Great
You're right.
lines.
This is what we love to see. Lays, go on.
We were slagging off Xerxes before. No, we weren't slagging. I'm not gonna. We're just saying
Yeah.
he does.
Well, Adam
show-
McCullough in the super chat has sent 10 Stretford Paddock memberships. Gifted 10 Stretford Paddock memberships. Thank you, McCullough.
Very, very
Thank
kind.
you. Extra content on the members section. I think we've got a vlog from Joe's trip to Helsinki, and we'll have a little vlog probably from the lads' trip to Trondheim as well, coming up in the next couple of days.
He's not.
Plenty Euro here down the right hand side.
You know, he's stumbling and bumbling there. Tripping over
Hey.
himself.
I thought he was definitely off, but Santos are picking the ball up very deep when we're high up the pitch. It's kind of orchestrating like a bit of a deep lying playmaker.
At least we got some action, broke the deadlock and that.
Yeah. Hopefully that kind of spurs them on to do a bit more, be a bit more aggressive.
I remember they were proper dominating us in that game.
Yeah, I think physically we were so far off it, weren't we?
Yeah.
There was just no sharpness in the legs. We looked better. I think that was just characteristic of Ten Hag's whole time. Such a lack of emphasis on, fitness, athleticism in his players.
Oh, get it? Yes.
Bit scrappy.
Eric Djemba says, good to see Finn McTominay celebrate like his own son just scored. Yeah,
think
you
it's
love that. That's right up your street, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the most you'll see me celebrate a pre-season goal.
Yeah, pre-season goals are always weird to
Yeah.
celebrate,
But you like to see a youngster do well, so
Yeah. I think when
it
you've
would have been a
watched,
different reaction if Boomo scores, whatever. You're just like, yeah, whatever.
when you've watched a player develop for years and then they score in the first team, albeit in an unofficial game, it's quite rewarding to see.
It's a foul.
It's a foul.
Referee.
Surely, ref. Yeah.
That whistle was so late.
I know.
Yeah.
Mustang says Xerxes filling Bruno's boots for this one. Done right, Joshua Xerxes, to be fair. I am so happy for Finn. Finn is always talking about this guy. Says I'm a Guiki Chekwu. Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really. Well, I'm just really pleased for Lacey. He deserves this opportunity, and
I hope he smashes it, because he got a family full of Scousers and he's a United fan.
They've been trying to
love
convince
Is that
him.
the same as Ghana?
Similar, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Just love to see that, innit? You'd be fuming, wouldn't you?
You probably scouse through your wall.
Go on.
Oh, who's that?
Lenny
Was that
Yoro.
Lenny Yoro off the bar?
Yeah.
I think Euro's played well today as well.
Yeah.
Right back. Beyond.
See where he's born, Shea Lacey. Just says Liverpool,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Wherever, it could be anywhere.
Thought you almost lost it then. The goal seems to settle us a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cameron Ketch has gifted a Paddock membership. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you, everyone who's got involved in the chat and the comments and with all the super chats and gifted membership. Just commenting as well. Appreciate it.
What's that about?
It's like it clicked us into gear, innit?
Yeah. This has already been more exciting than the Wrexham game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
that
Really?
Wrexham game.
Oh, that Wrexham.
That Wrexham game.
Is it that bad?
Oh,
It
mate,
was
you didn't
so
watch
bad.
it, honestly.
How was the watch along for? How was it?
It was alright. There was 4 of us on it, and it was
Yeah.
like we managed to.
We had
you
enough
know,
to talk about
chat.
between
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah,
But
but there wasn't much to talk about in the game. It was just horrible. Honestly, it was. It was just now happening. Here's Mbumo. Go on, son. Go on, my son.
ref, red card.
Nah, it's just good defending.
Could have released
Yeah.
it, couldn't he? But
And Bumo's running mechanics though make me laugh, man. His ass proper sticks out, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a weird comment from
No,
me.
it does. I mean, we had Carl Anker demonstrating that before we signed him, what he was going to bring to the team.
Bunda.
with his buttocks, as Carl said.
When's Carl next on?
I think he's on end of this month, actually. Which I think so. Is it next week? He might be on. We've not had him on for a little while. Looking for. I love Carl Anker on the channel. He's always good stuff. We've got a few, as you expect. We've got a few journalists coming up on the channel. Hopefully, there'll be a bit more business for Manchester United to get our teeth into as well when it comes to transfers.
I think I was saying to Steve earlier, we talked about. I feel like the transfer window for all Premier League teams is going to accelerate in August.
Yeah,
Things will start happening at speed all throughout the league, I reckon.
yeah, I think you're right, bro.
Whoa, bit loose that.
Anyone know when Tielemans will be available? Is it the Leeds game? Is it Dublin when we
think it
get the
might be,
players
yeah,
back
yeah.
from the World Cup?
but I don't know if they'll be staggered or kind of all at
I thought
once.
we were going to go through to him then. Right, okay, fair enough. Volder, the designer, says Carl was on MUFC today. Good stuff.
Was it?
Good lad.
Nice.
Where exactly do you see JJ Gabriel playing, says Mad Titan Nath.
I would imagine he'd come on as a
Central as
winger,
well.
but long term, I think a lot of people around him see him as a number 10 potentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at least he kept that in.
Dove in early, didn't he?
Tackle.
Yeah.
He's got one a corner there. Deal. Come on, United. Get another.
I'm excited for the Atletico Madrid. No, for the PSG game.
Yeah.
Yeah?
They'll play quite a few youngsters, but I know PSG, their academy and stuff, they'll have
Got a good setup, yeah.
What was that?
What's that about?
Flick. If that was me, I'd have flicked it over him. Like,
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
rainbow
yeah.
flick.
Same.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'd
slow
done.
mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then volleyed it
100%.
into the corner from there. And you can't say I wouldn't because
No.
I can't prove it.
I can't prove you wrong, to be fair to you.
You know,
Yeah,
proving the unprovable.
Yeah,
Proving the
exactly.
unprovable.
You know what I mean?
Maguire.
Heads it back
across.
into the danger, back into the mix.
That's
Can,
actually-
Rosenborg
that
on the
was-
break.
That was good play.
Mason Mount.
Look at Mount.
Have a bit of that.
my
Have a bit of
God.
that. Hey, that's for Brian.
That's top class.
That's
Hey.
such good play.
There you go, you see.
Oh, he's not
He's
hurt
our
himself,
new
has he?
number 6.
Mason Mount pivot arc.
He was class in the game against Brighton. Final day of the season.
Lenny Oro, yeah?
Ooh.
That's
Go
not
on.
a foul.
That's
Oh.
not a foul.
Be nice to get another one before our time.
Yeah.
I'm glad that an academy grad has scored though. Lacey.
Been at the club since he was 7, I believe.
Replay there.
Ooh, they maybe should have scored. Rosenborg, good ball across the front of the box.
Rosenborg were well better a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It's like they fell off a little. Maybe just better. It's not Ten Hag's United this, but we had so much more first team.
I can't remember that game.
I can remember it. Being
I was checking my
really
phone to see
shit.
if I went.
We had the whole first team there as well.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
played shit.
We were so
Because
bad.
I've been to Norway. I remember watching us play Atletico in Norway. And I've been to Norway a couple of times, I think, when United haven't played. I think I've been 3 times when United haven't played. But my memory's terrible. But yeah, I remember the Atletico game was Eriksen's debut. Oh, that's piss poor. Robert Ryan, in capitals, so he's shouting, says, any updates on whether any bids for Rashers yet? I think he means Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
No updates as far as I know. No bids have come in.
Not that I'm
There's
aware
no
of.
buyout clause anymore, is there?
No.
People are saying Xerxes good game today. He's we're hoping that all the Serie A teams are watching.
Yeah, I think this is. I think it's shot window tackling it. Really, let's not
we need
kid
to stop
ourselves.
raising.
I mean, we'll see, but yeah, there's talk of him going. Is it Juve?
Often one of the frequent rumours that he gets.
I mean, he
linked
did
with
well
that.
at Bologna, didn't he? To be fair, in
Yeah, he
Serie A,
was
so-
young player of the year. He was one of the better attacking players
Oh,
in the Serie A.
yeah.
And I think that it's a difference in kind of the intensity and speed of play there. I think he really suits Italy and can be one of the better players in their league.
Yeah.
I just think he can't technically or physically cope with the Premier League. I think the idea of him being so technical is a little bit overstated, because I think technicality is how secure you can be under pressure and in intense scenarios.
I wonder how permanent this right back experiment is with Lenny Oro.
May just be a way to get minutes in his legs, while
Or
having him amongst the first team players.
Or a way to kind of like improve certain aspects of his game.
Yeah, ball carrying, wide defending.
Yeah. Forward. Play simple.
Oh.
Can you get to that? What the hell is that?
You know, Harry. Right off them size 15s. I rate heaven so much,
I do.
I don't know what it is
He's
with in here though, but I'm freezing now.
What?
Like proper cold.
Yeah, can we turn the
Is it just
aircon down
Just-
a
I've
little
got
bit?
quite a thick jumper on, so I don't know.
Can we go to
it's either
maybe
that.
22s or 23s in the gaff?
It's either that or a meal.
It's producer Harry. Look at him there, watching Harvey there.
Honest to God, last 2 minutes.
You're not cold, you in your t-shirt.
We've not got any.
Right,
Last
come on
2
then.
minutes, I just went mad cold. I was
Yeah, I'm a bit cold.
like shivery.
We don't want Ronnie shivering. Come on.
I still think we'll come out second half with not that many changes.
I feel like it's too early in pre-season for that. No,
Is it?
only second game in. I feel like that ends up happening mainly when you've got your
yeah.
first teamers back.
Also,
We'll see, but
these lot are in mid-season, aren't they? So
yeah,
Are they actually fully?
I think so.
yeah, I think their season's like
Their league schedule because of the
cold Norwegian winter.
Oh yeah.
You're not playing football in that, lad. People are talking about Robert. He's screaming, but he has apologised. His things
Caps are
broken.
broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has said that.
trying to steal the knowledge.
Okay. Nice.
So half time.
Half time, 1-0 to Manchester United. Not a lot to write up about that game, but some good moments, and obviously the good goal by Shea Lacey. What have you made of that first half, Finn?
Yeah, it was a small upgrade on the Wrexham game. I think the less said about that game, the better. But yeah, it's been a decent half. I think the players grew into it, especially the likes of Xerxes, Dorgu, and Bumo, who maybe had slightly rougher starts. I like what I've seen. I think we've been fairly secure. Haven't had too much to worry about defensively, and really nice to see Shea Lacey get his goal. Been a long time coming, and that goal was his kind of bread and butter. That's exactly what you expect from him. Cutting in onto his left foot, finding a small gap. Like Ronnie said, doesn't need a lot of separation to get his shot off. So yeah, happy with that.
No, I agree with a lot of that. I'm just going to put a link in, by the way. A couple of people have asked about Stretford Paddock merch. There's a link
This is why Jay has it on. He's always selling the product.
Always repping.
And you know what? The reason why people will buy it is it's not just you wearing the product, it's how much you pull it off, Jay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
it suits you.
Always looking clean.
Yeah.
Always looking sharp.
Permanent
Do you know what I mean?
advertisement.
Yeah, this is it, man.
And this is why
I wear it everywhere. I wear it in the shower. Do you know what I mean?
And it's waterproof.
honest to God, you're probably not surprised, yeah, but Jay eats, sleeps and breathes Stretford Paddock. Do you know what I mean? He's Mr. Stretford Paddock.
Ask me, kids.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Even when he's
Never
not on
see him.
camera, he's wearing this. he wears the kit. Do you know what I mean? Everywhere.
Paddock's taking all my life. That's it. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, we don't deserve him.
Yeah, you're too kind. You're too kind. I love what we do. I'm very, very lucky to do what we do. Ronnie, what have you made of that first half?
I thought it was very slow. Not much happened until we scored, but I feel we looked quite solid defensive. We didn't really give up much at all. And then as soon as we scored that goal, Shea Lacey, great finish. That's exactly his area, cutting in on his left foot, slightly wide. I know he's playing through the 10. After that, we looked a lot sharper. It looked like it kicked us into gear a little bit. Started showing a little bit of impetus, attacking football, and we could have scored 2 or 3 more. But I was really, really happy with Leniero today.
Yeah,
I was interested to see how Leniero look at playing right back, and I think so far, I think he's looked really, really good. I know you can't always read too much into pre-season. The opposition isn't the best, but you can only play what's in front of you. And I've been very impressed with Leniero today. I think Xerxes had a decent game too. And I think the midfield pivot of Santos and Mount have actually grown into it a little bit. I think Mount actually ended the half very strongly. They're my takeaways. I think Mbumo had a bit of a ropey first half, to say the least. But outside of that, I think those are my takeaways from the first half.
Yeah, I can't argue any of that, to be honest with you. You can't. It's weird. You don't get too carried away or looking anything too deep. If you was to say what you wanted to happen, or if I was to say what I wanted to happen in that half before the game kicked off, it'd probably be Shea Lacey getting a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you want to see the youngsters doing something like, a bit special, and obviously getting a goal for Manchester United. He'll be buzzing about that. Is that his
first ever? I mean, obviously
goal?
It's unofficial, but first senior goal.
Well, fair enough. I think sometimes it can be handy for that kind. Was it Chido who got a couple in a friendly?
Yeah,
so,
scored 2.
Yeah, it'll matter to him. And I thought I think he's played quite well. Nothing to get too carried away with. I think a lot of people pointing out in the chat about Brian Mbumo was having a bit of a stinker.
His start to the game.
Should we say? I just think that's him just being a little bit la-di-da though about it all. He didn't seem to take it that serious. It was like he was just having a bit of a giggle.
Yeah.
And he got a little bit better as the game went on. I agree what you say, Ronnie, about Mount and Santos look quite good together. And look, Aiden Heaven, you mentioned it for the pass to was it pass to Xerxes, to Lazy. I think Aiden Heaven's looked good.
He's top
But
class,
you can't, you don't want to get too carried away, because obviously this is a pre-season friendly, and you can sort of tell from the levels in it.
Yeah.
But some decent moments, and we'll see whether Michael Carrick stays with the team. I think there's a few warming up, but we'll see what goes on, whether he's going to make wholesale changes like he did against Wrexham, or mix it up a little bit in terms of bring on a few youngsters. We'll see. But so far it's been all right. I think it's a good run out for everyone involved in it, really.
I do like the look of Santos defensively. He looks really, really clever in terms of the positions he picks up, and his timing of tackles and the areas he picks up. He looks quite strong in the duel.
I think
I feel like I've noticed that. I thought he's really snappy in terms of his defensive work, and I like the line breakers he attempts as well. He's a really, really simple. It looks like Santos does all the basics well, which I think is a good starting point for a midfielder.
I think he's very measured, and I think the intelligence that he shows on and off the ball kind of negates any concerns about how quick he is or how much ground he can cover. I think, like you mentioned there, defensively he positions himself well, he reads the game, he anticipates danger, and it feels like he's always a step or two ahead of his opponent. So I really like the look of him. It's early days, but you love players that kind of keep the game simple. They understand what's going on around them. They pick out the right pass. I like him so far.
Yeah, think, like I've said earlier, and I think you've all said it, I haven't seen a lot of Andre Santos at all, but the reaction from a lot of the Chelsea fans, the run he had last season, and the way Chelsea played quite well in a lot of that run, that sort of decent spell they had, it wasn't a very long one, but the decent spell they had under Liam Rosenior, I think he was a big part of that. And usually, like, it was a little bit different. Some people will point to Mason Mount. When Mason Mount left Chelsea, and a lot of Chelsea fans were up in arms about it. It's a little bit different because that's someone who's like come for the academy, and I think there was a bit more an emotional attachment. I think the difference with Santos, people looking and going, actually, he's a good player here that we're letting go to United for what in modern era is pennies almost, because nowadays you don't get much for 50 million quid, do you? So I think there was a lot of anger just the fact that they weren't keeping hold of him, especially when you look at Chelsea and what might happen with that midfield, in terms of whether there is any comings and goings. So yeah, good. Looks like a pretty good signing to me.
Yeah, what do you think of? Obviously, I didn't see the first game. What did Dorgu look like against Wrexham?
I ain't gonna lie to you, Ronnie. Right, I can't remember much about the first game. It was so just insignificant. Then obviously we changed it at our time. The only sort of takeaway was that Santos looked tidy. It was just a bit of a nothing game in terms of the performance and the actual levels and the urgency that the players had. You could just feel that it was just one of those of like, I'm not saying not bothering, but it was very much like a training game. That's how it came across. So I'd be lying if I said I picked up much about Patrick Dorgu at all, to be honest with you. So get involved in the chat in the comments and let Ronnie know. Why'd you ask?
Personally, because I don't know, I've not really fully been able to buy into the whole Dorgu left wing thing.
I think I remember you saying this, because I'm the other way around where I'm like fully on board with it, and you're not having it, are you?
I think he can play there for some certain games, probably against opposition where we're going to need extra defensive solidity and athleticism, and we're playing transitional and countering where it can be a bit of a runner. But I think long term, I don't think Dorgu is like the calibre of like player in a left wing position in terms of what's in his bag offensively to be starting games for Manchester United at left wing regularly, in my opinion. You can deputise there in certain specific matches, but for me, I don't see it. People say that he's not left back either. He's not really played left back. People are conflating his Amorim era of playing left wing back with how he can play left back. Left back and left wing back are not the same position.
No.
It's not the same position at all, especially the way that Amorim played it, where when you are a left wing back or you're wing back for in his system, he's receiving the ball pretty much flat-footed in left wing areas anyway. I think it's very different to actually being a left back and a back four, coming onto the ball a lot more, which I think probably suits him. And for me, I just don't see it. Someone told me that in the first game he looked a little bit off it in that aspect as well, in that position. But for me, I think it's something to keep an eye on. I think Lenny Oro's looked really good at right back, but I think Dorgu, I don't feel like he's a cemented left winger.
We'll see. I mean, I like him there, I'm not going to lie to you. I've said it a few times. I get your point, obviously, and I respect what you say. We will see what happens with him. I think he's already shown us what he's about, and the fact that we spent, was it 20 million quid on him?
In that ballpark.
I mean, I just Googled there just to sort of bring up some numbers, but the first thing that comes up picture-wise is him and Aiden Everton on the pitch at Old Trafford, and you think 21 million quid for them is the fucking bargain of all bargains, innit? And I'm hoping that people are going to look back on that and go, fuck, that's amazing.
Good business.
Do you know what I mean? It's already looking pretty good either way. But there's a chance if we do well this season and they play a part in us doing well, people are going to look back at that. Because I remember being at that game when they were brought onto the pitch. And I don't want to be insulting, I'm just telling you what happened. There was a sense of a little bit of underwhelmness about it amongst the crowd. It wasn't like you're bringing out Rafael Varane ahead of the Leeds game. And that's not dismissing these two lads because, my opinion on him is clear. I just think the crowd were a bit like, let's be honest, they didn't know a lot about Patrick Dorgu, didn't know a lot about Aiden Heaven. The fact that you'd only spent 21 million quid on a pair made everyone a bit like, okay, you give them a round of applause, but there wasn't a sense of excitement amongst the crowd. I think looking at it now, people will be looking back and going, well, that was a fucking great
bit of business. And it's what Ineos's tenure has been about, really. It's about finding market opportunities, not spending the kind of fees that we used to spend on players who maybe aren't worth it. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, when he came in, made a point of saying, I'd rather find the next Mbappe than waste fortunes on players who are flattered to deceive. So I think it's a good strategy. It allows you to. It doesn't mean that you're never going to spend big on players and never going to reach the 70, 80, 90 million mark, but it means that we can be more selective about the players who we do spend big money on, while still padding out the squad in a meaningful way in other areas. So I think it's been a really good strategy. It's been successful, and the good thing is, when you pay these kind of fees, very low fees for players, if it doesn't work out, you haven't lost a lot, and you can usually sell the player on for at least what you paid originally. So it's a good kind of low risk strategy that is moving us forward and has led to the kind of overall makeup of the squad being far more even. I think as the windows go on, window after window, we're kind of plugging gaps in the right places, and I think the general floor of the squad is also rising. So I've been a fan of Ineos's kind of recruitment strategy. There have been misses. I think we'll always go back to the Ugarte one, but you could say maybe the structure of the leadership team and the recruitment team wasn't quite in place there. But I think they're getting better at it, and I hope it continues.
Well, this is the thing. Me and Joe were talking a few weeks ago, and you're always going to get asked on a channel like this, and rightly so, who should we get? Who would you get? Who should we bring in? And one of my answers was, look, in an ideal world, Ineos or the club or whoever will bring in players that me and you might not even thought about, because it's their fucking job to scout and look at players that are available and look at who they can get and the job they can do. And I haven't got a vast knowledge. You lads have got more knowledge than I have about the players that are out there, but you'd expect them to, like they did with Dorgu.
Speaking of Tynan Thompson,
exactly, and find those players and know those players, and even to the Andre Santos deal to a certain degree, because that isn't probably a name that was on everyone's lips, but there's a player there they look at, they think he can do a job, we can get him, and they make it happen. So that's what I expect Vivell and Wilcox and all the others that are involved to be doing, to be finding those players. Like, the best example of that for me is Senna Lomans. I didn't see one person mentioning Senna Lomans before we were linked with him. I didn't see anyone going, he should be United's number one. Even to the point of when we got him, people were going, well, he can't be the starter, or if he is, this is a bit of a dodgy one, and doubting it. But obviously the club had seen something in him and had faith in him. And
Tony Coton, wasn't it?
Yeah, was that who it was? Tony Coton, who was... Yeah. Tony Coton is probably...
His hit rate is ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's one of the best players that played the fewest amount of games for Manchester United, because he was very, very talented goalkeeper. He was at City. He, funnily enough, came in that window where we sold Inns, Kanchelskis and Hughes. That window, the only signing we made was Tony Coton as a backup goalkeeper. Can you imagine the meltdown you'd have now if United sold 3 of their best players and the only signing we made was a backup goalkeeper, which is what we did in 1995, and then the class of 92 came in and obviously won the double. But Tony Coton was a very, very good goalkeeper who was just understudy to Peter Schmeichel, who was never injured and played every game. So Cohen never got a look in. But when we got him from City fans loved him because as far as they're concerned, he was the best English goalkeeper around. But yeah, he didn't. And
really as a scout, he's got such an eye as well. I believe the story was that Sir Alex basically said, "Go out and find me the replacement to Schmeichel." And he went across Europe watching loads of different teams, and he found Edwin van der Sar. And he said, "Here's your man. This is the best goalkeeper you can sign, despite his age." And we know how that worked out. He also identified David De Gea as the right person to succeed Van der Sar. And I think he left the club for a few years around the Solskjaer-Ten Hag period, because I'm not sure he was as keen on Andre Onana or the club in general. And I think he's supposedly played a large role in identifying Senna Lomans as well. So his eye for talented goalkeepers and his hit rate it speaks for itself.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't doubt that. And look, even when we got Lomans, everyone was going, "Oh, look at this Donnarumma." I think Scholes had a bit of a pop saying, "City have gone out and got Donnarumma, and we've got
Donnarumma's not all he's cracked up to be."
I know, and it's like, look at what Senna Lomans has done, and look, you're getting with Donnarumma, and I get it, but we were never really in for him anyway, because I used to cover that story when it was linked, and it was like, it was obvious he was never going to come to United because he hadn't signed a new deal at PSG. We weren't going to give him anywhere near the wages he wanted, so it was just a moot point about this whole Donnarumma thing, and I think it was just like a bit of mischief making, really.
Looks like Ronnie was right, to be fair.
What's that? Sorry.
That sorry to interrupt you there, but
No, go
just that we haven't seen just a whole new team. It's actually a lot of the first teamers have stayed on. Maybe a couple changes. Amas on. Ronnie, you were right. But
Was that right? In terms of they didn't change anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what they do, man.
I think Amas is on for sure.
Then there will be no changes for 60 minutes, like until 60 probably. Probably broke the seal there, you know. Drank his glass
That's
too
it. Once
quickly,
you go,
I drank that way too quickly. You've not even sipped yours.
I know because I know what's gonna happen if I keep swigging water.
What? Oh yeah, just Peter.
Yeah. So I'm all right. I'm all right for now. I think it was Eric Steele that recommended De Gea. Says
Right.
J 1985.
Oh,
Are we keeping Vitek or selling him? Says Robert Ryan. We must have at least 4 keepers now. I think the news, the accepted thing is that Radek Vitek is going to leave.
Yeah, whether it's permanently or on loan, I think he won't be staying around the first team this season to come because he's at the level where he deserves and should be playing as a first choice keeper. He should be playing a lot of minutes, getting experience under his belt. So yeah, I think it's possible that we will sell him on a permanent deal, maybe cash in while his stock's rising. Jaden Camison's also come on, so it's Amas and Camison. We've changed both the fullbacks, and then the rest of the teams have stayed the same.
Maguire's come off.
Oh,
Maguire and Shaw are two.
So is it?
Yeah.
Devaney that's come on at centre back?
Looks like Euro's maybe moved.
Oh right, Euro's moved in. Camison on the right, Amas on the left, and then Heaven stays at left centre back.
I had a chance there before Xerxes swung and missed the ball. You see that?
Yeah. I did actually. Sorry.
I don't see Devaney.
No, he's not on.
It's Harry Amas and Camison.
Yeah. Go on. How's Dorgu getting outpaced there?
He's been on that Carrington regime.
Yeah. Are we worried about Sesko bulking up, do you think?
I don't know. We'll see. It could be one of them. He put on well-needed muscles to get stronger. Obviously, he's still a young lad. But then
You don't want to go too far.
yeah, but
in
then
the
he
wrong
might.
direction, do you?
He's been injured and he's not played football, so he might just naturally kind of lean out that muscle that he's when the season goes on.
It didn't look like very lean muscle, did it? It looked like he's maybe...
Yeah. Mount's been after the dodgy first 5 minutes. Mount's been class.
Yeah. I think he's a real option for us in that position. Go on. Oh! Good turn and finish there, Xerxes.
Keepers made a mess of that.
I think you might have lost us for a minute. I think we're back on.
So where do you think JJ Gabriel's future lies in terms of positionally? Or will he just be a hybrid like forwards are, where he can play 10, he can play left wing, just dependent on...
I think he, from what I hear, I think he and the coaches that work with him see him as a number 10 long term. I think that's the feeling. But I would imagine to kind of ease his development, it's much easier to debut as a winger than it is as a number 10, especially physically. So it'll be hard to tell, but I think he could be a player who kind of he's going to be effective anywhere. He's played a lot of his games in the last season as a striker, so I think he could play almost anywhere across the front
People
line.
have called him a second striker.
Yeah,
Like almost plays off another striker. Or like
I think
a 10.
you could imagine him playing off the shoulder of like a Benjamin Sesko to great effect. I think they'd be a nice pairing in terms of their attributes.
I can see the 10 angle. You know why I can see it? One thing I did notice when I watched the little I've seen of JJ Gabriel last season, he actually does. He has a decent engine on him, which is an underrated part of him.
Yeah.
He actually does work pretty hard off the ball defensively. I don't know if that's something. Obviously, academy football. If you're 15-year-old playing in the 18s, I know what academy coaches are like. You have no choice really, but to work hard. But
with his output, he could be excused for not having the biggest or the best engine. But I think you're right. He does really get about, put a shift in.
Yeah, he does work.
Oh, well,
wasn't he?
He's offside.
6 miles off.
Yeah, he works hard defensively. I was like,
Yeah. He's no slouch.
yeah.
Which is good to see. I hate to make this comparison, Jay. You're not going to like this, but more recently, I've been thinking a bit Philippe Coutinho in the style of
When
play.
you first started appearing on this channel, me and you had a little chat, didn't we? Right? Do you remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what was it you did once? Go on.
Was it Jim Thwaites who I compared to?
Go on.
James Ward-Prowse.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And we spoke about that.
Just in terms of his free kicks.
And we said if you're going to mention free kicks and comparing someone, you mention David Beckham or not at all, yeah? And now you've gone even worse because now you're bringing up Scousers, yeah?
Brazilian
Scousers, and that's as bad as it gets, yeah?
I'm talking about the Barcelona player, but actually he wasn't as good as it. So.
The Bayern Munich Philippe Coutinho, the one that scored a brace against Barca.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Just in play
I'm
style.
still scarred from that Europa League game, Finn. It still hurts me.
Yeah.
Coutinho tore us apart.
Yeah.
Liverpool's still benefiting from the Coutinho money. Apparently.
That's how they funded Isaac and Florian Wirtz.
Because you've got to take inflation into account. Don't you?
Honestly. Get that clips up. Yeah, that was an old timer, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That deal. Jesus Christ. What do you think of him, Finn Camerson?
I think he's underrated.
Spoke to Kofi last season for us. I think we had that little chat on Instagram.
Yeah, he's very talented.
Yeah.
I think he's been a bit unfortunate to never really get a chance. He's been on the first team bench before.
Yeah.
I think maybe a loan would have suited him last season rather than being in under 21 football.
Yeah.
Him and Amas struck up an unbelievable fullback pairing when you're thinking about academy football.
Oh yeah.
They were fantastic. Won a kind of domestic treble together under
Right.
Adam Lawrence in the under-18s. They won everything but the FA Youth Cup in the it would have been the 23-24 season, I think. So yeah, he's a top player, good athlete, can carry the ball well, intelligent. Good to see him getting a chance.
Oh, that's very good
We
defending.
was hoping that's the future of United's back line.
What's that, Camerson and
Nah,
Amma?
the centre half partnership currently. You're
Oh,
right.
in heaven. Yeah.
If all goes to plan, yeah, that's
That's a ball, that, you know.
Oh, good
I
pass.
should have gone for the shot, really.
Where's he going?
Buffalo. Who do you think is you're doing?
Have a word, lads. Oh, a few people say no sound. It's a bit of a glitch.
What's going on?
Yeah, you might have to just give it a bit of a refresh. Have a listen. I think people are saying it's fine now. It's back. Red Baron says if Joe fights.
Go on, Dorgu.
Oh, referee.
Ref.
If Joe fights behind Asda, does Finn fight behind Waitrose? I think the implication there, Finn, is you're a bit more.
You're posh.
Yeah, you're
Hell.
posher than Joe Smith anyway.
M&S.
M&S. Oh, very nice.
That is a literal lateral move there, isn't it?
Yeah, he's done well there. Sideways move.
Yeah. I used to work at Waitrose.
Did you? Of course you did.
Oh my!
It's one of my first jobs.
Finn worked at Waitrose.
Finn
That's a good shot. for you.
Hey.
I was on the fish and meat counter.
Do you know what?
Fishmonger at Waitrose.
Yeah. Anyone need any butchering advice?
And is that what you did before in a day? And then
And then hopped on Twitter, watched
Superman at
the
night?
21s, yeah. Early beginnings.
I don't even think we've got a Waitrose in Salford.
There's one in Altrincham. I can tell you
I
that.
mean, that's not, that's nowhere near Salford, but
It's
yeah,
definitely
of
not
course.
one of
Xerxes.
Oh, Joshua said.
Oh my god!
Hey, I apologise for everything I've ever said about him.
That was nasty.
He's class.
That was nasty. though.
Beautiful.
Hey, give him a new deal. That was fucking
Give him a
amazing.
10-year deal.
Hey, Absolutely.
No.
All time of that.
Blank check.
That was.
Nasty.
That's
Yeah.
Serie A, are you watching? Juve, are you watching?
Hey, let's have a look here. Look at this.
Hamas assist.
Right.
Good ball.
Pass one there. Hey. Oh, sells the keeper a little jink there.
Genius.
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh, look at that.
He's an
Hey.
misunderstood genius of our time, isn't he?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a more Xerxes goal than that?
I do think
In it, just the way.
Yeah.
It's just like,
if he played in like the 80s, he'd be one of the best players with like a slower game.
Yeah. I hear you. The athleticism wasn't quite there in the 80s, I'm not going to lie. UC says, Waitrose was my first job too. There you go.
Decent place.
We
to
just
work.
become best friends.
They look after you there. Free lunch and all. Don't get that here.
oh. So this game's better.
What did you say? What was that little complaint there about you don't get free lunch here?
It's like Carrington.
You'll be asking for wages next.
Can't say it before.
It has to be one of the only perks a supermarket can offer.
Yeah, I think it is all they can offer really. But
Yeah.
Foul? I hate the way linesmen don't give fouls when it's in front of them. They
I know, they never do,
Yeah,
do they?
yeah.
It's such a good shot, that.
I would like us to score another because then we'll see more of the youngsters. So good defensively. I don't know, he takes
Yeah,
up good
he's-
positions.
yeah. And he doesn't go to ground that early.
Yeah.
He always kind of holds his nerve, stays upright.
I do like Santos from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do
definitely.
like him.
Kyle Koteki says, can we make the game clock go back to going up by 2? I oddly liked it.
Still is, I think. I just went up by 3
No,
a
it's
second ago.
back on it seconds now, I think. Big Iron 7 says, Heaven, Yoro, Santos, Mount, Lacey and Amas been very good.
Yeah. They're all technical players, aren't they?
As soon as the tempo of a football match looks slower, or you got pre-season tempo, or you got a kind of chilled tempo, all of a sudden Xerxes looks like a baller.
Yeah.
They don't tell you.
Yeah.
He's just not prem suited.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, I do hear it. I think
This is why an
the
Italian
evidence is
team
there,
could
innit?
probably do well value-wise in signing him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because for their game, he's so suited. So 30 odd million is probably a good price for him
Yeah.
if the destination's correct.
So, Juve, anyone in Serie A, them slower leagues, you're seeing what you could potentially have. Just send the peas. That's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Big Guitar 7312 says, Jay Motti is the Sir Jim of YouTube, no free lunches. That's
I was only kidding.
outrageous.
He looks
Do you know
after
what?
me. You get well
Tell you
looked
what.
after here.
This is sort of mud that sticks, this thing now.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like,
people-
they're gonna think that's legit.
Yeah, like,
No,
honestly.
no.
Look,
It's a lie anyway. Had 5 guys
You know.
World Cup watch-along. It's nice.
I swear, wait,
what?
I've got an invoice from Villarreal when De Gea was playing.
Hey?
That was the last one that was paid. I swear.
What's going on here?
Sorry, I was okay.
Just a complete...
Is that in our inbox? That free kick went wide.
Just a slander campaign
It
going
is a
on here.
slander campaign.
That was libelous, that isn't it?
Picketing outside the studio at this rate, eh?
We're going to
you know what I mean?
unionise the production
Yeah, someone in the
desk.
chat saying should unionise. I think there'll be no unionising in this fucking channel. I don't
60
care how left wing I see him on
Oh,
socials.
60th minute subs.
Here we go.
Who've we got?
Cheeto, Tyler Fletcher. Who else is coming on there? Lacey coming off. I mean, it looks like is it everyone? Apart from
Most
obviously
players.
Amas and Camerson. Good run out, that.
Yeah.
Good run out for
Good
all involved,
performance.
I think, to be fair. Oriama's getting a little assist there as well. Oh, look at that.
Okay, now we can leave with that one there.
Oh, they ought to keep it there as well. Proper sold him.
Completely sold him.
Little lad there, loving it.
So who's on?
T-Man4727. Hello, Jason. What's J short for, or is it just J? My full name is Justin Wayne Mottershead, but J has been my nickname for quite a few years.
And the Wayne is because you were named after Wayne Rooney.
I was named after Wayne Rooney, yeah. That's right. My mum was a big fan ever since that goal against Newcastle, that volley.
Yeah.
Right, well, we're going to pick the bones of what happened there with those subs
So we've got
and work out who's on. We've got Collier's on. We've
Armours
got
in it.
Cheedo's on up front. He's done well there, to be fair to the lad as well.
I think it might be
Thank you,
might
producer
be
Harry.
Jack Fletcher playing on the right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that a corner? We'll have that.
Midfield's Gore and Tyler Fletcher, I believe. I would imagine Devaney's playing right centre back. Yeah. And we've got Ethan Williams on the left.
So you reckon
Cheeto up
this is
front.
what I
Dan
mean.
Gore's in there as well.
So JJ Gabriel didn't like get the second. So he's one of them. It would be like potential like last sub.
Dan Armour there as well.
Yeah.
Like we said, we're updating the old team in a minute on the screen, so he'll be with you shortly. Cross there from the corner. Oh, is it? Yes!
Jacob Devaney.
Hey,
Is it Jim?
Devaney.
Oh, Devaney. I thought it's Thwaites
isn't on.
then.
No.
Not on.
All right, mate, calm down.
Good who?
No, that United fan was like that. Proper pre-season.
Could get a more pre-season celebration than that.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Good finish, man. No
Yes.
keeper in the world saving that.
Good lad. That's what you like to see, man.
How is he unmarked there? That's a bit. Hey, that's pre-season about, man. You get goals like that for the youngsters, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's a
man,
smile.
happy days.
That's
He's
lifelong memory.
Yeah,
man.
it is. It is. This is what it's about, man. You know what I mean?
To be fair though,
Do you know what? If I was like,
JJ Gabriel might not, because like if he was to come on, who would he come on for?
is that
Who's that?
everyone? Is
that's
everyone?
literally all the attackers.
Is everyone
Yeah.
a sub now? Is everyone?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone came off for the last like 5-10
Nah,
minutes.
I feel like he won't. I feel like we won't see him today. And if
I get that impression.
I think that could be it for subs.
Shame for Jim Thwaites if he doesn't get on as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
Carrick out.
Yeah, I know. He's lost it and he's lost the plot.
Tuchel and Maynard all over again,
Do
isn't
you
it?
know what I mean? Hey,
Well,
that's not
it's
the
a
one.
bit. It's not really the one, is it?
No, is that just? Did he just hit that wide, or was it
I
deflected?
think it might have been deflected.
No, it's a goal kick. Let's have a look at this goal again. Right, his arm.
I think it might have.
Say Danama's like the mini Maguire, and he but left.
Yeah.
Look like it, yeah.
Moves very similar, doesn't he? He's got a similar build.
You like techie left-footed? Oh,
Yeah.
that's Harry.
Like, you see, we're set. We're set for the next 15 years here. Sorted.
Yeah. Looks like it did strike Armour's hand, though, innit?
Liam the Plague Wolf says, no Fletcher hate, but I don't understand how both Fletchers have jumped Jim Thwaites in the pecking order, apart from nepotism.
To be fair,
I wouldn't say they've-
to be fair, I've heard Finn knows better than me, but I've heard the Fletchers twins have been rated highly for a while.
Well, they're not only rated, but Ooh.
Bad touch there. Oh, he's
Oh
got.
my
Oh,
God.
was it the bar? Was that the post? I couldn't tell.
But go on, what do you?
I was going to say, well, just the fact that they're an age group above Thwaites, so in terms of like jumping them in the pecking order, you could argue that they're more established and that they've been around the setup for longer. So I wouldn't say that. I think Thwaites' time will come. They're also quite different in style, really. So, but yeah, there's not. I don't think shouts of nepotism are very fair because they've shown on many occasions. I mean, look, Tyler Fletcher's just gone off to the World Cup with Scotland.
No, it's not. Yeah, I don't think that's true at United, the nepotism thing at all. Because I think it's not going to work. You're not going to get into the United team because your dad's Darren Fletcher.
And
let's be real.
And when they were in City set up, they were viewed as two of the brightest talents in their setup.
Well, we heard this with Charlie Savage because his dad's Robbie Savage. Robbie Savage didn't even play for United's first team. He's not going to get his son's not going to get in because he's Robbie Savage's son. I get why people might think that. But I'm glad you explained it.
It can happen in the earlier age groups, like the under 12s, under 13s. It's not impossible, but when you're playing under 18 football at a top club, you can't survive. If you were there just purely from nepotism, you would stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite. They're usually some of United's best players. So, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, some kids. I mean, I remember Rooney chatting to us and telling us how he was like more on his sons, like didn't want them, was on the club line, don't give him any preferential treatment. Yeah. But obviously, especially Kai, he's very talented, so it wasn't anything to do with him being Rooney's son. It was just the talent that he had. Has Paddock pre-season started? Is that what someone?
Oh yeah, I think Paddock had played a couple of pre-season games that I've not been there for, but.
Ronnie knows where his bread's buttered, yeah. He's needed here.
I went to training on Tuesday.
All right, well, there you go then. Someone in the chat, Stephen Harris said, Jay, can you give Ronaldo Brown a nudge and tell him Paddock pre-season has started? He needs pre-season at his age. How old are you now, kid?
27.
Oh,
he's a very young man. I went to my first training session on Tuesday, but obviously, if people don't know what my holiday, like I'm going to Jamaica for 11 days.
When?
Next week, Wednesday.
You're going to have to cancel that.
Next week, Wednesday, I'm in Jamaica for 11 days.
We need you here, son. Sorry.
I kind of didn't want to really... And the season starts in September.
You don't have to explain yourself to Stephen Harris, but thank you for doing so anyway. I hope that's cleared up for you, Stephen. T-Man4727 says, question for you all. Which United signing, pre or post-Fergie, or even during Fergie era, I presume, you weren't having initially, but ended up proving you wrong? That's a very good question. I don't think we've been asked that before. What's a signing where you went, I can't believe we've got him, and he actually turned out to be mint? I'll tell you one. Right? I remember being in Malio in 2003, and someone had a newspaper, and they went, fucking hell, you never guess what? United have signed Ronaldo. And I went, Ronaldo? Let's sign Ronaldo. Fucking get him, mate. And then he went, yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo from Sporting Lisbon. I went, fuck's sake, club's in the mud. Absolute joke that. I thought you meant R9. That Ronaldo turned out to be okay, so yeah, I might have been wrong about that one.
My worst one's Rasmus Højlund. I was very excited when we signed him.
Yeah.
Just wasn't the right fee, wasn't the right deal, and at the end of the day, he didn't develop as hoped, and he wasn't good enough. But I was I was waxing lyrical about him on social media.
I think that's admirable. I think that way around, backing a player, a youngster, and being wrong is fine.
Yeah.
I think that it's more embarrassing, if you will, when you don't back someone and turn out to be mint. Ronnie, who was yours?
That I was like...
Either you weren't having, but ended up proving you wrong. So he's gone the other way. He's gone the one that he was having, that ended up proving him wrong. But anyone you weren't having that was really good in the end?
I don't think there's actually... this is going to sound like a bit egotistic. I don't think there is any. Like, I was... Nah. Because even in Bumo, he was big on. In terms of output, his season was okay. But I don't think he's like lived up to exactly what I expected of him in terms of just general performance. Even though he had a good start.
Is there anyone though you weren't like having at all? You thought, I don't know about that one. Even for you, is there anyone that you weren't keen on? You're a bit more positive.
I was like that with Ugarte.
But he's not. I don't think you've been left with ever in your face there, to be honest with you.
And I was like that with Edison if it happened.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been big on Edison if that went.
And I think the club found out that correctly. But
The trouble is post-Fergie, your era, your two lads' main era, I know you're old enough to remember Fergie, but you're not. The more signings are flattered to deceive than the other way around.
Yeah.
I think Fergie era, there's a few that you go, not too sure about that, and you end up, being mint. I remember a few people weren't having Ronnie when he arrived in 2003 because he did well on his debut against Bolton, but he was like one step over too many and he's too weak, that kind of reputation. But obviously he ended up being mint. I'm trying to think who else was the ones that people just sort of weren't having or dismissed. Some people questioned the Van der Sar signing.
Yeah.
He was 35, he's at Fulham. Like, what we doing? I remember that. I remember people were, not everyone, but there were people going, this doesn't make any sense. And
Really nice passage of play here, by the way.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry. No.
Yes!
Oh!
That was
Harry Amas.
That was great football.
That was amazing
fantastic
football.
team
Carrying ball.
Yeah.
Good to see Harry Amas get a goal as well.
All started with a brilliant ball from Dan Armour breaking the lines. That was fantastic.
Good hold-up play from Cheeto.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a more pre-season celebration than what we just saw then from that crowd.
That was beautiful football. Champagne stuff.
I'd be on bed
Great
about
pass
that
from
play.
Devine,
Tonight.
yeah.
I'd be
Good
absolutely
hold-up.
celebrating that like it was a World Cup winning goal.
Who's this on the ball?
Jack Fletcher,
Fletcher.
Camerson,
Camerson.
all across.
It's a ball.
Good
That's
ball.
a great ball. That,
Good
innit?
football.
Yeah.
That is class.
There's that fullback pairing linking up for the goal, Camerson and Amas.
Fullback to fullback, that.
They've been playing together for a long time.
You've just made yourself look very, very clever there, haven't you, with what you were saying 10 minutes ago.
It's an art.
Hey, that's very good. That
It's all,
Finn.
it's all measured.
You might just know some something that you're on about there, lad. You might just know your stuff.
No chance.
Good to see. I don't want to get carried away, right? Because it's a 4-0 win.
But 21's coming.
But we are gonna win the league.
But we are going to win the league.
We could
And
field-
probably the Champions League.
We could field this team.
If
Yeah.
this is our squad, this is our backup, then we've got the squad we need to compete for a
We can do
title.
a PSG.
Yeah.
Can play these in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ryan Mbumo's going to win the Champions League and the Ballon d'Or, having played 12 games all season. Like, yeah,
And
we
then-
can do that. I like that, Ronnie. These lads can play against, your Arsenals and your Cities and your Liverpools, and then we'll bring out
Smaller
the others
teams.
for the
Yeah.
PSGs and the Real Madrids. Yeah, I love that.
Nice take of the ball.
Yeah, we're on it
These lot-
again.
these
We're on
lot-
it again.
These lot can play football.
play football, the youngers, don't they?
Yeah.
Ooh, bit of a one from distance there.
Pre-season games, my favourite time in the pre-season matches are these.
Who's wearing the armband? Tyler Fletcher.
Tyler Fletcher.
Do you know when it's like the youngsters are running that?
Yeah.
They always like inject a little bit of impetus and that, and you can a little bit of sharpness and that. You feel happy for them when they score goals or they get on the end of things.
No, I do, man.
Yeah.
I was buzzing for Harry Amas then.
Ooh.
Oh.
Blackout.
He's allowed to. There's Dan Gore there having a dig from 20 yards out. Why not? Hey.
Yeah.
People asking about JJ Gabriel. No, JJ Gabriel. I don't know if we're going to see him, to be honest with you, 'cause I think everyone who's on has been subbed on. So they can still get subbed off. It's only a friendly. He might sort of save him. I don't know. We'll see. Here's one for you. Well, I can ask you both here, to be fair. J-Back says, lads, any idea why Thwaites is not getting any minutes?
I think there might be a bit of a hierarchy in terms of experience here. I think he's, in terms of the squad here, he's the least experienced midfielder. Same goes for JJ Gabriel. He's just played the least amount of football. So that's probably Carrick's thinking is, to be fair to the slightly older players, they get their chances first, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll see Thwaites and Gabriel feature later in pre-season. I mean, there's still a chance today, but maybe it would feel a little bit harsh on whoever would be subbed off for that. But
I mean, we almost forget, don't we, that JJ Gabriel is fucking 15 years
he
old.
can play in the FA Youth Cup for the next 3 years.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's, he's
3 more
literally
years
on the
of
school
eligibility.
summer holiday. Like, he'll be all right. I get why people want to see him because he's a very exciting player, but there's no rushes though.
Even just the experience to be amongst the first team squad in that kind of environment, in the dressing room, that's valuable experience, even if he doesn't touch the pitch. So
Yeah, definitely. Look, most players do that anyway, don't they? Get through that process, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
a lot of the time it's not even reported on. Yeah.
You train with the squad, and obviously you be in the match day squad or whatever, and then you'll get some minutes eventually. So I think you mentioned it, didn't you? With Camerson, who's been in the squad a few times.
Yeah.
I know it's different now. It's a friendly, but good experience.
Even first team official matches, I think he got on the squad a couple.
No, he has.
Right.
No, I mean
Yeah,
it's different in playing now. 'Cause it's friendly, but he has. No, he has 100%. I remember someone asking who he was when he was warming up once at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
good
it's a process, and it's good to see you've got so many good youngsters here at the minute.
Four 0.
Well, 5, 6, 7.
We are just
Yeah.
going to win the lot, aren't we?
Well, honestly, I don't want to get carried away or giddy or anything like that, but I just don't know how you can think otherwise. Out for a ball, we'll look at that.
But yeah, I did see JJ Gabriel warming up. Hopefully he does get some minutes. He might not. But I just don't see who they'd come on for, because I feel like everyone that's playing in their position has come on the 60-minute mark.
I tried, but I failed. Finn, can you just take over that? I'll go for a week.
You're not potty trained, Jay?
No, I'm sorry. This is the problem with trying to potty train my kids. I'm not even potty trained.
Yeah. Everyone, make sure you're getting involved in the chat. What are we thinking?
Is that who's that?
Ethan Williams on
Williams,
the left, yeah. One of the most two-footed players I've seen at academy level. He's one of those players where he can even like dribble and take set pieces and stuff on his weak foot.
He's a shout for people, though, from my Liverpool academy days. One of the most two-footed players I've ever seen, even still. Ryan Kent.
Okay.
Ryan Kent, who ended up going Rangers, was it? Rangers, and had a decent
What kind of
career.
age was he?
He was 2 years above me, so
Right.
he was the same year group as Harry Wilson.
Okay.
Obviously Harry Wilson's had a good career, to say the least, but Ryan Kent was insanely two-footed.
Harry J says big performance from Jay's bumult over the next 10 minutes.
Nah, he's going for a
Follow that
piss.
one.
He's not exploding the toilet. Do you know what I mean? I hope not. Anyway, people have got to use that. What's people's takes on that anyway? I know we're going a bit left field, but it's pre-season. What people takes on using the bog outside of your own house?
This is why people tune in.
What
This is what they
are
wanna hear.
people's takes on using the bog
This is what
to
we're
do
here
the number
for.
2 outside of your own house and toilet?
I'm glad we've got down to the tactical discussion.
I feel like it's an
You leave for
interesting...
2 minutes and we're talking about.
Someone said Bommel, so... Oh, fuck.
Someone may have made a comment about your bumult.
Disgusting. We'll not have that banded around this channel. Willy-nilly.
Really what?
Yo. Maybe when I'm saying not local, like if you go in there in public toilets anyway. But
I would never do it at school.
But
That was a rule I had.
doing it in other people's houses as well. I don't know.
Depends how well you know them, doesn't it?
Emergencies only. But then you know what's the funny caveat about? What's the caveat about emergencies only? Is if it's an emergency.
You've put a lot of thought into this, haven't you?
If it's an emergency and you feel like you have to, then that means it's going to be an egregious one for the location that you're doing
Put
it
some
in.
toilet paper in the.
You know what I mean? It's just not a good scenario.
Prevent the splash.
Silencer.
Some people can create like silencer bridges, proper crafty about it. It's impressive stuff, inspiring, really.
Eat your fibre, people.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll leave you two alone. Fucking 2 minutes. And come back, you're literally
These are
talking
the
shite.
discussions that people want to hear. Enough of the football.
Aye.
Bomb out.
Is he still on? Bumult.
Hey, oh.
Yeah. It is an unfortunate
Go on,
name.
go on,
Strong
Chino.
name.
Oi!
It's a foul.
Yeah.
You little dickhead. Oh, Mr. Super Chat, apparently.
Apologies if I missed that.
Shay and Sinead Lift says, is Obi ready for the first team or bench? Looks massive.
He is massive. He's a specimen.
Yeah.
I think the best thing for his development now is probably a loan, maybe League One, possibly even Championship. I think United at the moment, the expectations for next season are going to be very high, like we've been talking about. No reason why we shouldn't be aiming for the title. And I think he could do with an environment that isn't quite so pressurised and where he won't be quite as relied upon to score goals.
Yeah.
I think that's his best next step for me.
He's got a bit of a cool look though, Jacob Devaney. I heard he had a good loan spell.
Yeah, he's positive at St Mirren in Scotland.
What the fuck was that?
He's a good player. And I think, there's a
I wonder what he was doing.
Bless him. Drop the ball.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's unfortunate, isn't it?
okay, now you wouldn't tell that these have had the pre-season started, innit?
You want that?
You wouldn't be able to tell that these have started their season.
No, I think they've all fucking give up now, aren't they?
It's like they played with a bit of imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
We're just a better side than when Ten Hag was there. Which means
Go on.
it means 21 things.
I just wanted, you know what? It'd be good if. It's weird, isn't it? Because there's part of you that's just like, I need to sign fucking shitloads of players, right? That's how you win things.
Yeah.
That's what we should be doing. Hashtag Glazers out and all the rest of it, right? And I get that. And I'm the worst one for moaning about signings or craving signings, right? But it would be mint if we did utilise the youth in the academy like we bang on about as a club and as fans constantly. And if we did actually achieve something whilst utilising a lot of our younger players. That is the fucking United way, innit?
Yeah, you want to find the right mix.
Yeah, that's it. The right mix. You nailed it. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we need signings. Of course we do. We're not going to get anywhere if we don't sign players. But also, how many of these youngsters do you think, actually, we could fucking turn to?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Harry Hamas or...
A lot of them, when called upon, are ready to contribute.
That's what I mean, and it'd be great if that could happen. Because one of the few clubs that actually do that. Yeah. Most clubs don't. They just don't. They have the odd one or two now and again. They make a big fucking song and dance about it, and then that's the end of it. Whereas United, we do it, and it's like it'd be great to see that happen under Carrick, because obviously under Amorim it was a bit of a non-start. Over the first season, he did play some academy players. Obviously, Cheeto got minutes, and then there was a bit of an issue there. I won't remember his comments and stuff. He obviously wasn't feeling it. Carrick's come in. Was obviously more cautious, wasn't he, because of the fact he was still trying to get us into the Champions League. But this season, it'd be good to see if some of these lads got some actual minutes.
Nice play,
Very
shoot.
nice play from Cheeto.
I was going to say, shoot, Cheeto, have a go, lad.
Fuck it, why not?
Don't mind that. Go on, Camerson.
Go on, lad. Me?
Go on.
Yes! Yes! Hey, have a bit of that.
5-0.
Hey, Camerson's got some athleticism.
Williams there with a fifth.
Yeah.
Got some athleticism, Camerson.
Mate, this should be his starting 11 for the Premier League.
I'm telling you, he's a
Fuck all
top
the
player.
rest of them. What was that about Carl Anker, sorry?
Oh no, he was just saying he thinks Dango was playing much.
All right. Carl Anker praising Dango.
I was about to say, I'm liking the young lads,
Right.
but I don't know how that sounded.
Careful.
Well, the fact you've said that and then said you don't know how it sounded makes it sound worse.
No, it means I've put a disclaimer on it.
Did that get a little touch off Collier there?
Technically, maybe a Collier assist.
Hey, the Collier, a little touchy here. Look there.
Oh, yes, intentional as well.
Mate, fucking Samba soccer this. Look at this. There you go.
Flicks. Ooh.
Oh, mate.
That came up. That was a double finish as well, double touch.
Oh, mate.
Let's get 6. Or maybe 7.
So when the champions of Rosenborg, you'll never sing that.
Hey, have a bit of that.
Rosenborg Cup.
This is why I need United to win a lot of games next season, because the vibes are so much
Oh,
higher.
mate, it's ace, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, honestly.
Especially this channel, like this channel.
Yeah,
is
like
made for the
we're
victories.
fucking.
It's made for
We're
the
horrible. When we lose, right? We
just
don't even do the
miserable.
whole shouting and ranting thing that you're meant to do on YouTube. We just sulk.
despondent. I'm so.
Yeah.
Hey, how many watch-alongs have you had since I've been there? Where like we losing matches, and then I'll be like this, I'll be
Yeah.
like this, and then it'll be like the 47th minute or something,
Yeah.
and and the goal goes in, and we're like 2-0 down. It's like the 65th minute, and then Jess to go, Ronnie, gonna say anything?
Mate, you're
I've
not
not said
alone.
anything in 18
You're not
minutes.
alone.
Right.
Like, Macca does it. Macca's bad for it. I can do it. I'm better if I've got a laptop because it reminds me to fucking get involved in chat and do stuff. Joey's usually obviously doing it. Joe's a bit better.
that's well
but the Everton 3-all many years ago was a good example of that, where me, Joe and Macca just sulked for the last 5 minutes because we got that last minute equaliser by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And it's just natural for us. That is how you react, you know what I mean? It's not...
But it's not just like this
don't
channel
need
in
to scream
general
and
in
shout
terms of the
about
present. It's more the audience. I feel like the Paddock audience is very like... The vibes are hella high when we're winning.
I've really enjoyed
I love this.
Cheetos.
But do you know what? With the...
I love this. John Harry, who watches this shit? Sad bastards. Thanks for the support, John. Love that.
Because you know when I'm... Oh, good. When I'm at home...
Oh, yeah, someone's pointed out Ronnie smashes the TV. That was in joy, though, not in anger.
Yeah. Was that the dog who got
Nah, you know what it is?
Yeah, and that was allowed.
When I'm at home, people,
Yeah.
and not on Watchalong, where obviously you got to speak a bit like more, and I can't just be silent. When United are losing or playing poorly at home, I don't rage when goals going against us. I don't flip.
Nah,
I don't swear. I just go silent, internally fuming, and just don't speak.
You just got to be yourself, and I always say, no matter what, whether you like this channel or not, we're authentic. This is the way we are, on and off camera, and it's just, that's my sort of thing. Is a lot of the time he's a bit sulky when United are terrible. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll have my moments where I'm ranting. I think we all do.
And
but more often than not, I'm just... And you know what the weird... It's been a weird spell in United because we've had this sort of... Even in our so-called banter shit era, whatever you want to call it, like, you look at the last few seasons in particular, Ten Hag's last season was pretty woeful, but we still won the FA Cup, beating City in the final, beating the Scousers 4-3 en route. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you look at the last season on Amorim, Amorim's first season, if you can call it that, which was pretty woeful, but then you had that amazing night against Lyon. We won at the Etihad. There was moments, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cup runs, getting to a final, you're like, okay. So it is weird. It's weird that you're sort of despondent in many ways and angry, but there's always been something to sort of cheer about. And obviously last season we ended on a bit of a high. Oh, go on, sort it out, lad. Well battled.
Well fought
Fuck
for
off.
there. Oh, come on.
Soft. You're booking him. Getting carried away from.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what's the problem is though?
Go on.
Since obviously pretty much full-time Devils, or especially the Stretford Paddock rebrand, we just haven't really had a sustained period of legitimate success though from Manchester United, innit?
No.
And are you not excited for that one season and that one 18 months where we're like proper good?
When I look at it,
imagine,
I remember, right?
You'll have a Lambo?
Oh, mate, honestly. if not two. I remember with like Red Men TV or whatever, or the Anfield Wrap, where you look at the Klopp era and it was a Champions League final. It was winning the Champions League. It was a title race. It was winning the title. Like, they had that era of like that period where there's loads of success. And look, mainly you bothered about is the football itself, not what fucking channels are doing. But you looked at it and I was like, they're having such a buzz as a channel covering all this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Save. And also with stuff like that as well, just because it's more positive and the club are happier as well. Like, they were sort of getting interviews with Jurgen Klopp and stuff like that. Is he on site?
He can't have been on.
I mean,
Can he? Yeah.
I was about to say he looked about 10 yards offside. So yeah, it was one of those where you just think that'd be great to sort of be sat chatting about United and United to be winning things as well, because when we started, when Devil started, it was the last season of Fergie, so you had that, but it was only like the last. I think Devil started during that season, and then obviously, you know, it was a massive anticlimax when Moyes came in. But yeah, it'd be fucking great. Aaron M29 says, if we've scored 2 with the senior team and 3 with the youth, we should play the youth and sub with the senior team. Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe the youth should be playing in the Champions League for the Real Madrids and the PSGs of the world.
You might have a point now.
Let Carrington handle it.
Honestly, I can't wait for this fucking season to start. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm just hoping I haven't got my expectations too high, because they are high. Good ball.
Yeah, it looks like we're not seeing. Won't see JJ. We'll have to. The weight will have to. The only issue is, obviously, the more people return,
funny.
Proper on it, innit?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, very, very good. Very pleasing afternoon today, innit?
Yeah.
It's almost everything you can want from pre-season.
We have 6 now.
Go on. Get that 6th. Oh, come on, Cheeto. We want Cheeto to get a goal, don't we?
Yeah.
I
think he's done everything right today.
Yeah,
apart from
that'd be the icing on the
getting a
cake.
goal.
Selena says, Finn, any news on Dan Gore? I hope we don't sell him too early like we did with Ghana. I've been a fan since the Wrexham red card. I'm with you on that one, to be honest with you. I thought that red card was a fucking joke. I was there for that one.
Yeah, I think it's hard to tell with Gore because he's really struggled in the past few years with injuries. It's another one where you would have thought that, you know, around the time that him, Mainu, Maxio Yadeli were all in the midfield together in the FA Youth Cup, winning in front of a crowd of 70,000 at Old Trafford, that he'd have a really, really bright future in the first team of United. It's not quite worked out for him, and it does feel as though opportunities have kind of passed him by in a way. And it's unfortunate because he's got all the talent in the world. He's got the work ethic for it. He's a leader on the pitch. He, you know, always puts a shift in. It's just about staying fit for him, and you know, I think whether he's able to make a career for himself at United or elsewhere, I think he'll be a top player. But
Yeah.
you know, it's hard to tell whether that will work out at United, and sometimes that's just how it pans out. But you know, it's never too late, and I'd love him to be able to make a career for himself here.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see what happens, obviously. Very, very excited player, like you've said. Mustafa Chadid says, Jay, I can't unsee Victor Glover when I see you. I had to Google who that was, and it's an astronaut, apparently. Obviously, a very good looking astronaut.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good turn.
What a turn.
Oh, here we go. Come on, let's get this 6th.
Ethan Williams on the left.
Go on.
Running
Ethan
goal.
Williams.
Hit it. Oh, just got to release a little bit earlier than that.
Never.
Never a foul one.
To the last 15 seconds. It's been a good game.
Has been a good game. Yeah.
See, I'm so glad I was able to watch along with you lads on a game like this.
Oh, mate, Wrexham last
Instead of
week
Wrexham
was a
one.
fucking like pulling teeth, wasn't it?
I was dreading the review after that.
Oh,
We just
mate,
had nothing to talk
honestly,
about.
the review, Jesus Christ, it lasted about 4 minutes, I think.
I think Santos debut might like help, just an angle at least.
Yeah, that's it. End of that game, 5-0. Manchester United, both the first team and the youngsters, doing very, very well indeed. Good to see. Ronnie, quick, give us your thoughts before I let you go.
I think the first 20 minutes was like a little bit scrappy, feeling each other out, and then we grew into the game, I'm not going to lie. And then when we scored the first goal, I think we completely controlled the rest. I feel like we opened up a little bit more, played with a little bit more freedom. Some decent performances from the starting lads with, I think, Xerxes, and obviously his goal was great. I thought Lacey looked sharp as well. I thought Santos and Mount as the midfield pivot were very, very good. But for me, I think one of the standouts, because of the change of position, was Lenny Oro. But Lenny Oro at right back, he did really well. Obviously, pre-season, the opposition, but I can only talk. You can only play what's in front of you.
Yeah, 100%.
And I thought they were positives. And as for the lads that have come on and the youngsters, I thought the youngsters made a really, really good account of themselves. Played some good football, made quite an entertaining last 30 minutes or so. And they came on, did what academy lads do in it, expressed themselves, played good football. They looked quite sharp. They tried hard, and I think Camerson walks away with 2 assists there. So no complaints at all. 5-0, clean sheet, goals scored, some nice bits of play. Can't complain.
Yeah, Finn, me and you're going to do a review in a minute, but just quickly, for those, I mean, stay around, by the way, because we will be doing a review, but just quickly, your thoughts?
I feel much the same as Ronnie. Good game. Again, took us a while to get into it, but once we did, looked positive. I think Rosenborg weren't at our level. There was a clear gap in quality there. And I like what I saw from a number of players individually. Santos continues to impress, just really happy for the academy lads. It feels funny to say, but I'm quite proud watching the academy lads because you watch them since a young age.
Yeah, go on.
Bumhold didn't get a sniff today.
Oh, mate, nicely done. Do you know what? I don't think we got our money's worth out of that Bumhold, to be fair. No.
Maybe the best one of the afternoon.
I think I don't want to get carried away.
I know some of you are dirty bastards, man. So.
That couldn't have gone much better. That's exactly what you want to see from a pre-season game. First team players getting like looking sharper, and then the youngsters coming on and absolutely smashing it. And I'm just getting fucking carried away, me, for this season. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right, I'm gonna leave it there. We're gonna be back for a review with me and Finn. So make sure if you stick around, will this send them to it? Yeah, so this will send you to it. Go and check Ronnie out on his channel. What's it called again, Ronnie? I always forget. Come on.
Ronaldo Brown.
Up and pick that name. Yeah. You know what I mean? No, go and check Ronnie out on his channel. Always good stuff. You know where to find Finn as well at Academy Scoop. Big thank you to lads on the production team as well. Big thank you to everyone who got involved in the chat in the comments. That's been Ronaldo Brown. That's been Academy Scoop Finn. I've been Jay Marty. This has been Watchalong for Manchester United 5-0 against the mighty Rosenborg. 21 is coming. Thanks for watching.